What's going on, friends? It's Anton Daniels, and I gotta have a conversation with you guys about Teach Henley because you see how the sun is hitting me. This is no finesse, no makeup, no filters, no none of that. This is 100% Teach Henley. I use it in the morning as soon as I get up, right after I pray and brush my teeth, jump in the shower, and I'm hitting the streets because you never get a second chance to make a first impression. So even though they're giving you 40% off your first order, 20% off for life, even though you may get a free gift, forget all that, right? Because we would do this even if it was full price because it's worth that much. I'm in the streets, I'm kicking it with people when I see Dusties everywhere. You don't want to be them. You want to separate yourself. And the way that you separate yourself is self-care. Ladies get it for the fellas. Fellas don't wait for the ladies to get it for you. I'm about to hit the streets right now and I'm feeling confident. I'm feeling great. I mean, I already got confidence, but to have that extra boost of confidence, knowing that you've taken care of yourself and you set yourself apart from all of the rest of the sheep that's walking around making bad decisions on a daily basis. And it's reflected in their actions. It's reflected in the products that they use. It's reflected in the people that they follow. And so if you're trying to level up, if you're trying to make sure that you look good, they're going to send you the pack. They're going to give you all of the instructions on how you're supposed to use it. Then make sure you get your Teach Henley. Again, 40% off your first order, 20% off for life. Get your free gift. Make sure you tap in with your boy Anton Daniels because Unc is never going to lead you wrong. I would never have you use a product that I don't use myself. Again, they've been rocking with me for a long time. Make sure you get your Teach Henley. I love you. I appreciate you. I'm going to holler at you guys later. What's going on? Is Anton from AntonDaniels.com. I appreciate you guys for continuing to rock with me. Thank you for tuning in for another edition of the Millionaire Morning Show. I'm your host, Anton Daniels. What up? What up? What up? What up? What up? What's going on, chat? What's going on, friends and family? What's going on, everybody that was tuned in the after hours last night? Incredible show, as usual. Fun show. Yo, we on a hot streak right now. We are on a hot streak. Absolutely on a hot streak. What's up to all of my friends and family in the building? I appreciate y'all. Yeah, man. We chilling. We trying to figure it out. Trying to make it make sense. I want to remind you guys that we will be live streaming tomorrow morning. All right. We will be live streaming tomorrow morning. So just to let you know, around the same time we're going live, we're going to have a full show. We're going to talk about at least 6 subjects and we're going to get it in. What's going on, y'all? What's happening? How y'all feel? Treats, A. Dunn, Janice, King Richardson, ABJ's Wise and Strong, K. Cooper, Walk on Wood, Say Max, Trump's announcement starts shortly. All right, let me see what's happening with that. Trump's announcement starts shortly. All right. Let's see what we can find on that front. All right. Give me a second. Let me switch. Got to go over to premium. Can't do nothing but premium right now because I don't even know if I got premium. Trump is making a live announcement from the Oval Office. All right, so we're going to catch that in a little bit once that starts, and then we're going to rock out from that. But in the meantime, what is going on, family? What's going on, chat? How y'all feel? Do I got premium right now? Let me double check. Let me double check something. What's going on out here? Trump. They sent me an alert the other day. It was like, hey, you need to renew your premium or whatever because I switched my credit card number. That's the one thing about changing your credit card number, man, is that when you change your stuff, I don't know if I'm sitting on premium. Yeah, I got premium. All right, but yeah, when you change your stuff, when you change your credit card over and stuff like that, it gets messed up because now you gotta like because when you get a new credit card number, you gotta then start calling all of the different people that monthly bills you and stuff like that in order for you to get certain things done. So, but yeah, we'll stay on top of that. So I'm watching it to see whatever the announcement is gonna be, and we're gonna go from there. My YouTube TV, I gotta change my credit card number on my YouTube TV, so I gotta fix that too. Yeah, we got to figure out a better way to be able to handle those passwords. So, what's up, friends? How y'all feel? What's going on? I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Looking forward to the wisdom and the insights from me. I also want to say this that we are going to be doing a Patreon live stream this weekend. So, we got to do a part two. And then next week, we got Block Club. So, I'm going to give you all the skinny on what's going on everything that I got happening with real estate, my recently learned lessons, my recent acquisitions, what my plans are for a specific city, price points, everything that's going out the window, how I'm not making no money right now, all of that. Somebody said Anton is not a C student. He know he had AP classes. I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means because even though I had AP classes, I still only got a C in the class. You know what I'm saying? Even though I had AP classes, I still got a C. So I am a lifetime C student. My goal was to get everything I could at the time with minimal effort. I don't have that mindset anymore. Now it's maximum effort to get the most out of everything that I can. Back then, the goal was to make sure that I could get the most out of it with the minimum effort. And I realized that that was actually slowing me down in life. So now, whatever I do and whatever I get into, I'm going to make sure that I get the most out of it. Yeah, I had advanced calculus, all of that, chemistry, everything. So, but I still didn't feel like I was the smartest in the class. You know what I'm saying? I just felt like I've never felt the smartest in any room that I was in particular. I just know how to break things down differently. And so even when a person like they'll say, "Hey, debate this person or debate that person," um, I know that I'm better than them, and it's just because I know my stuff more. Debate is about looking for an angle. If I let you talk for long enough, I can figure you out. And once I figured you out, like people so focused on being right, I'm focused on you. And that's the thing that people need to understand about life. You can focus on I know some incredibly smart people that's broke as hell. I know incredibly smart people that are broke as hell. And people always ask themselves like, why ain't you this? Why ain't you that? Because they know they smart, but they don't know how to apply. Like they don't know how to adjust. It's not even in corporate America when it comes to getting rich, right? It's not about who's the smartest, it's about who's the most likable. It's not about, who's the greatest at whatever it is that they do. It's about, like I'll give you an example. Let's say Steve Jobs. You had Steve Wozniak, for those of you that understand, and then you had Steve Jobs. Woz and Jobs. Now, Woz was the genius. Woz was the person that did all of the programming. Y'all should go and read the book and watch the movie. He was the person that did it and all of that, but he didn't understand. Like it kind of reminds me of people that don't understand the difference between Android and Apple. Steve Jobs was smart enough to be able to put the right people together because he understood what other people wanted. Steve Woz was really smart at applied sciences, programming, developing, and he was the person that could put together whatever it is that they were putting together that they were working on. But Steve Jobs understood what people want, and it's a difference. You can be smart enough to do the job, and then you could be smart in making sure that the job gets done the right way with the right people. And that's the difference between the two. It's the difference between people that love Android versus people that love Apple, right? And people can't understand why Apple has such a loyal fan base, even though Android devices may have done more. Oh my God, it got a 32 at the time. It got a 32 pixel camera, and the Apple camera only got this and that and this and that. And what Apple understood was that they knew people and they were more focused on the user experience instead of packing every single feature into a device, right? And then the people on Android was like, see, Apple, all they're gonna do is come back and Android already had it, and then they're gonna say, hey, look at how we introduced this. Yeah, dummy. Of course they're gonna do it that way because Apple understood that most people don't use every single feature inside of a phone, right? You can advance the camera and all of this other type of stuff. And guess what? People only going to use about 5% of the camera. And so what they focused on was the thing that people wanted and the user experience instead of focusing on jam packing every single feature inside of a camera. They utilize their engineers, because you got to remember they got the same caliber of engineers, but why is Apple focusing on more on this and why is this focused on more on that? Well, it's a reason for that. You know what I'm saying? So see, look, people in the chat, Team Android, dummies, dumb as fuck, because they just completely missed the point. I don't give a fuck about the camera. I don't give a fuck about the phone. I don't give a fuck about the companies. I'm trying to explain to you the mindset behind winners and why people think one way versus thinking the other way. Dumb as fuck. I'm gonna just be candid. It's Friday, right? Let's get to it. Skip it. Dumb as fuck. Actually, Apple uses Sony cameras. You're wrong, Trini Life. Apple uses Sony cameras. They not trying to understand exactly how when I teach you guys, what I teach you guys is I'm teaching you how to think differently and how to look at things differently, how to market yourself differently, how to have a different mindset when it comes to looking at life in its totality. I'm not loyal to a brand. I'm loyal to my experience. So when you say Team Android, what the fuck does that mean? Do you own some stock in Android or something? I'm Team Anton, not Team Android, Team Apple. I want to understand why Android did it this way and why Apple did it that way and how I can apply those same life lessons to my life. I'm not loyal to no fucking brand. I'm loyal to my own brand. What is wrong with y'all? Team Android, Team Apple. Grow the fuck up. What are you, 12? What are you, 12? Why are you team anybody except for yourself? Create the best user experience for what it is that you need to accomplish, not what brand is continuously marketed to you. What do you get? You get a gold star for that? What's wrong with y'all? But usually people that say that type of stuff, they limit themselves because they're only focused on what it is that they like or what's marketed to them instead of being focused on what's best for them and what's best for the brand. So dumb. So dumb. Anyways, and that's the difference between me and everybody else. That's the difference between an executive and a worker. Oh man, I do so well. I program this and I program that. Nobody cares about how well you program. I can get another you. You can't get another person that's going to understand exactly what people want. And that's the difference between a person that understands marketing and how they can put things together and it's going to put the right people together versus the person that's just going to be a part of the team. And if you ever want to win at life, my job, you know what my job is? My job is to figure out how you can do your job good. That's what my job is. My job is to put you in a position to win so that we can be successful together. And everything I do. That's my life. My job in life is to figure out how I can put you in the best position to win and to get the most out of you and to make sure you're happy doing it. That's it. When it comes to a relationship, What is it that I can do, or how do I need to understand you so that I can put you in the best position possible? Because then you're going to be the best version of you and you're going to be happy doing it. That's my job. As an employer, as a person that worked in corporate America, my job was to create the environment that allowed for the people that are great at what they do and the experts at whatever field that they're in to thrive, whether it be equipment, environment, cultural norms, you know what I'm saying, raises, promotions, money. That's my job. My job when it comes to streaming is to figure out how I can keep the team together, happy and productive, while creating the greatest conversations on different platforms. That's my job. I don't want to be smarter than you. I want you to be smarter than me at whatever it is that you're great at. And then I want to figure out how to put you in the best position possible. That's what my job is. My job is not trying to compete with you. My job is to promote you and put you in the best position possible. And see, that's the thing that people don't understand about women. They don't understand that about culture. They don't understand that about corporate. They don't understand it about business. My job is to figure out how I can keep you happy so that you can keep us happy. When you figure that out, which is why I say when you learn how to talk to women, you'll learn how to figure out life. When you figure that out, life get easier because people are going to try to figure out how they can please you. And when you can figure out how to be how to add that into the aura and you know when you should and shouldn't say something, you'll figure it out. You will figure it out. It's not about you. It's about how I can make sure that you get whatever it is that you need so you can figure out what to do what's best for us. That's what it's about. Everything else is waste of time. Learn how to put a woman in the best position to be able to please you. She gonna go out and get you money. She gonna go out and take care of business. She gonna go out and be the best supervisor, oversee all of the contractors. She gonna be the best in bed. She gonna be the best at everything. If she's not yearning to make you happy, and if that's not a part of her happiness, then you don't know what you're doing. And I'm gonna come along and I'm gonna show her exactly what she need, what she missing out on. All of that extra shit you got going on. I'm gonna spit the game and all of that stuff. You don't know nothing. You just talking. Can't figure it out to save your life. Why do people keep rocking with Anton? Because I'm that guy. I've been that nigga my whole life. Ain't nothing changed. Ain't nothing changed. The audience may have, but the game is the same. I'm gonna be great. I'm gonna be successful under any environment in any state on any platform and whatever I'm doing. I'm gonna win. I'm gonna win. I'm gonna win online. I'm gonna win in real life. I'm gonna win in Detroit. I'm gonna win in California. Wherever I go, that's where the money is gonna flow. Wherever I go, that's where the money is gonna flow. And the women understand that it's best for them to put themselves in the best position to be around me and to please me. Otherwise, it's going to go to somebody else. Why would you want that to go to another woman? Why would you want another girl to take your spot? Why would you want another girl to get your shine, get your visibility? Why would you want another girl to be around me instead of you being around me? Why would you allow for that to happen? Why would you lose in life like that? That's not smart. So you can go be with a regular guy. So you can go be around a guy that can't put you in a position to win. So you can be around a guy that don't even know your potential and can put you to work and put you in the best position possible. I want you to be productive. I want you to be happy doing what you do. I know what's best for you. I genuinely know. You know why? Because I pay attention to you and I know what it is that you need. It's not about you. It's about me in order to make sure that you, what it is that you need to be. It's you. Let go and let time figure out what it is that's best for you. I got you. Just calm down, relax. I got you. You don't even like to think for yourself. That's not even what's best for you. Why do you want to sit there trying to figure out life? Let me put this in your hands and let you make that clay out of that. I got you. Just relax for a second. Anyways, y'all ready to go ahead and get started with the show while we wait on this announcement for Trump? Y'all ready? Let me read some of these super chats. And we gonna get started with the show. That's real life. That's real life, bro. Shout out to my dog, Mike, that dude. I appreciate you. What up to Mike, that dude? Thank you to Mike, that dude on Cash App. I appreciate you. We're going to talk about the Fed. We're going to talk about the Fed. They not cutting rates yet. They're opening up the door so that they can cut rates next month. All right. So you look at her. That's why man became a couch potato. He does not know how to be a leader anymore. See that? They get cantankerous. What up, April? Oh, April, you wanna play hard to get. Okay, April. Get your big head in here. Trying to play hard to get. Get your big head in there. Who was this? What people calling? Hello? This is Anton. I'm all right. How you doing?
I am just bugging you to confirm your appointment for Monday the 25th at 5 p.m.
Monday the 25th? What is that? This upcoming Monday?
It is, yes.
Yeah, I'll be there.
All right, perfect. We'll see you at 5. Have a good one, Anton.
All right, see you, babe.
Bye.
Bye. Got to get them pearly whites cleaned. Got to keep your, listen, get your dentist appointments, get your doctor's appointment, get everything taken care of. Get your dentist and your doctor's appointments, fellas. Don't be out here looking dusty. Y'all don't be out here being dusty. Chris Cunningham says, make her a Cracker Barrel great again. Oh, we going to go straight into Cracker Barrel. Just a brown girl in America says, good morning and happy Friday. It's my happy birthday. I feel amazing. I feel like I'm in a rebirth. God is good, doing great things. We love you, AD. I love you more. I love you more. Also, how do I submit a resume? Just email me. Email me. I look for yours personally. Happy birthday, baby. They called me Mr. Bibb. Says extremely good show last night. I really enjoyed it. Yeah, it was a good show. Albino says, so Uber went woke, allowing men to be banned without cause. Angry Man has expressed starting a car service. You and him start Man Ride with exec cars and King Ranch F-250s. Only femme girlfriend fam would ride. Only femme girlfriend fam would ride with men. Let me tell you something, bro. Shout out to Angry Man. That's my guy. I think he's doing a great job. Time Dog will not be starting a car service personally. And secondly, I understand that from a business perspective, you don't limit your customer base. You want to make sure that you market to everybody. I will be available to everybody. I'm available to the gay man. I'm available to the conservative. I will be available to the trans man because everybody need a ride. So I don't know, I'm different. When it comes to business and marketing, I don't limit my customer base. I don't believe in that black owned shit. I don't believe in none of that. I believe that everybody deserves a service in exchange for money. And so that's what I would be a part of. So I don't do diversity, equity, and inclusion segmenting off part of the population when it comes to provide the service. I'm a businessman. I think different. My personal thoughts or my personal perspective is much different than what it is that I do from a business perspective. All right. Mr. Lott says, in any tech company, the higher ups usually speak the least technical jargon. They just want to know the highlights and what should be communicated. That's a fact. That's a fact. P. Shank says, good morning, Mr. Anton Daniels on the Millionaire Morning Show. Shout out to P. Shank. And JC said, check your email. All right, I checked my email. Anton, is Pearl still coming on tonight? I don't know. I got to talk to Pearl. I'll call her and see what she's talking about. See what her schedule like and her availability. Let me see. Is Trump up yet? They still waiting for the event to begin. All right, so let's go ahead and get started with the show. Let's start with this Cracker Barrel situation. I heard that Cracker Barrel went woke, and so we're gonna go ahead and have that conversation. Make sure y'all hit a like for the algorithm, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications.
Now, with big changes at a restaurant chain that is an American staple. Cracker Barrel is renovating its locations, but many loyal customers say the change is removing what makes the restaurant such a great dining experience and taking to social media to voice their complaints. Well, join us now exclusively to talk about this is the CEO of Cracker Barrel, Julie Masino. Julie, thank you so much for joining us here on GMA. I want you to tell us about the redesign of Cracker Barrel and some of your response to the criticism.
Yeah, well, first of all, thank you so much for having me. It's great to be here. And if I can, I want to give a quick shout out to the 70,000 team members who bring the Cracker Barrel brand to life for our guests every single day. So to the remodels. I think what's important is that we are listening to our guests. We're doing this all for them. What they've said is they love the new seating. We're adding in booths, making the chairs more comfortable, putting in new lighting, brightening up the paint color. But what's important is things that people love about Cracker Barrel, the soul of Cracker Barrel is not changing. The rocking chairs are still there. The fireplace is there. The peg game, all the things that make Cracker Barrel, the vintage decor, it's still there and it's working. The results affirm that we're headed in the right direction.
And this is part of a multi-year transformation of the chain. What else can the customers expect to change?
Yeah, well, remember, the heart and soul of Cracker Barrel is going to stay the same. And so today we're actually launching a new campaign called All the More, which really highlights how people feel about Cracker Barrel. It's bigger than just a meal. We've got a retail shop. You're going to get great country hospitality with our scratch-made food in our restaurants. And that's really what this campaign celebrates. So we've enlisted a little bit of help from a guy named Jordan Davis. Maybe you've heard of him. He's got a new single and album out, and he's in our ad and is the voice of it as well. And it really, again, just highlights those things that make Cracker Barrel Cracker Barrel.
Is the food changing?
The food. Well, here's what I'll say about that. Innovation has proven to be really great at Cracker Barrel. People are loving our new menu items. We're reinvigorating our dinner menu. We've got a new herb roasted chicken that is so delicious that launches today. It's like the chicken you would make, Michael, if you were at home making a chicken. Juicy, crisp skin, a nice little sauce that comes with it. But we're also doing some things that our guests love, like bringing back Uncle Herschel's favorite. It's back today in all of our restaurants. So the things that you love at Cracker Barrel are still going to be there.
And a lot of restaurants are leaning.
So I'm assuming that he about to go into maybe the woke part of it. So let me just listen to a little bit more.
And going back to nostalgia, things that the customers are really comfortable with.
We never left it.
Yeah, you never left it, but you're changing up. You're kind of going a different direction. Why is that your strategy?
Yeah, because the Cracker Barrel needs to feel like the Cracker Barrel for today and for tomorrow. And again, the things that you love are still there. We need people to choose us, and we want people to choose us because people love this brand. They've loved it. Everybody's got a story, right? Did you go to Cracker Barrel on the way to your grandma's when you were traveling soccer or whatever those things are? Our job is to make Cracker Barrel a place that they want to be today and tomorrow.
You said everybody has their story, and I can see Robin right there. She's shaking her head like, yeah, I have mine with
Robin
grandma.
Just told me her story. She's a big Cracker Barrel fan, and we're grateful for it. So.
But it's more than a restaurant, though. You sell furniture, you sell apparel, you sell food, of course. You even sell bedding. Yeah. But how have tariffs affected the prices, and have you felt the effect of the prices?
Yeah, look, we think about the business really in kind of two ways. So the restaurant side, all of those goods for the most part are sourced here domestically. That's our food and everything that we're preparing in the restaurant side. The retail side, we get a lot of those goods from all over the world. So we have been really looking at the tariff side there. We're doing everything we can to mitigate the impact because Cracker Barrel's, we are an abundant value. When you think about what happens in the restaurant side, our average.
All right, I got you.
We're working hard.
Are coming at you hard enough about the look of the restaurant and they want to go back to the old way. Would you do it?
Honestly, the feedback's been overwhelmingly positive that people like what we're doing. I'll give you another soundbite. I actually happened to be in Orlando last week with all of our managers. We bring them together and every other year. And the number one question that I got asked, Michael, was, how can I get a remodel? When can I get a remodel? How do I get on the list?
Oh, really?
So because the feedback and the buzz is so good, not only from our customers, but from our team members.
All right, let me switch over for a second and see what Fox News was saying about this.
An American classic undergoing a major rebrand. Cracker Barrel is giving its restaurants a modern makeover, and not everybody's happy about it. About it, Jeff Locke is outside of one of the restaurants. He's in Mount Laurel, New Jersey. Tell us what's happening, Jeff.
Jackie, you know, Cracker Barrel is probably the one restaurant chain that could have gotten away without ever changing anything, and people would have been happy. They like it dark and old and kind of dusty, but they decided to change things. Like this thing, that sign up there, that's the logo. Old man sitting on a chair, leaning on a Cracker Barrel. Not anymore. It's now just text, although just text is the way it was when the company started back in 1969. They haven't changed it since 1977, and they thought, you know, now's the time to do it because the profits have been fading a little bit. You know, people like the old Cracker Barrel with the dark walls and all that stuff on the wall, the memorabilia, the farm equipment, tools, old pictures, signs, but a lot of people apparently told the company things are getting kind of shabby in here. So take a look at what they've now posted on social media. This is Cracker Barrel's new rebrand. It is stores that are brighter. There are still the memorabilia on the walls, but they're white walls now. Fireplace still is there. And a lot of people said, no, we don't like that. On social media, people have said, they took away the cracker in the barrel. What's the point? Absolutely horrible, says someone else. John Rich, the country singer, says Cracker Barrel has gone woke. All of this has led to the stock kind of taking a major hit. Today, it was down, I think, at 1.12%. Now it's a little bit off the lows, down about 8% right now.
So what y'all telling me, all right, let me just be very straight up and matter of fact. What y'all are telling me is that people are saying that Cracker Barrel went woke because they did a brand redesign where they removed the man and the barrel, and they now just have Cracker Barrel at the top, and now they're redesigning their restaurants to not be looking old and rustic in the inside to maintain the nostalgia, but to be updated and bright to where it makes it easier for people to be able to experience the restaurant. The woke part is because they took the man off the barrel, or the man in the barrel off the brand. I just want to make sure that we all on the same page. I'm looking into the chat and I'm making sure that we all on the same page. Yeah, the man was the cracker, yes. I'm not understanding where the problem is. Where's the problem? Let me pull this up. Cracker Barrel, old and new logo. Images. That old logo is trash, personally. I don't see where the woke part is. Because they removed that man on that barrel. That man on that barrel is trash. Forget the white part and all of that stuff. That man and that barrel is garbage, bro. I don't know if y'all have ever taken a marketing class, if y'all ever done a design class. The new logo could need some work. I'll give you that. The new logo should be different. It should be, they could do better with the new logo. But the old logo is trash, bro. I don't know what y'all talking about. Every brand goes through a rebrand, a refresh, an update, all of that. And yeah, you can maintain the nostalgia with the colors and everything, but I'm trying to understand where the woke part is. Why do y'all say that it's woke? Just because they removed that man on that barrel? All right, so let's have a reality check because you know I'm gonna be the uncomfortable, cranky uncle that you need so that you'll make some adjustments. I've been to Cracker Barrel probably about 3 or 4 times in my life. Most of the time when I go to a Cracker Barrel, it has been because I was on a road trip or I was making a long drive somewhere and I was with Rita, and Rita will probably say something like, "Oh, let's stop at Cracker Barrel," or I'll be with my brother, and we got like a bunch of girls or something like that, and they say, "Oh, let's stop at Cracker Barrel, let's get something to eat," bruh. I would probably tell you that the majority of the people in this chat is not actively seeking out to go to Cracker Barrel. As I said, stop being so scared to talk. And what would I be scared to talk about? I'm telling you my thoughts. Listen, I ain't never, ever, ever been scared to say exactly what's on my mind. And on a regular basis, I always say my authentic thoughts, and I don't give a fuck about what nobody think about it. As a matter of fact, I went back and I read the comments after I was talking about the little boy that was getting a whooping and the mama got charged for it. And it seemed like 95% of all of the comments disagreed with me. And guess what? I don't give a fuck. I don't. I don't care. The old logo is trash. It needs an update. They probably need to change the new logo to be something a little bit better. And you got to do a brand update. Every 5 to 10 years, you need to do a brand update, but you just need to make sure that you don't do it so much so, or you don't go so modern that you forget your core customers. And here's the truth about Cracker Barrel. As a person that you've been to Cracker Barrel like 3 or 4 times, right? The problem with most brands, I'm gonna look at it from a business perspective. I'm not looking at it from a woke perspective because I don't see the woke in it. Just because they removed that trash old man and everything don't need to be held on to. Everything don't need to be nostalgia. Some of y'all need to go through and clean up some of y'all closets and get rid of some of that shit that you keep holding on to because it meant something to you in high school. It's trash. It's trash. You have to change, you have to adapt, and or you will die. Every brand has to change and they have to adapt or they will die. The problem with Cracker Barrel is that their core audience, the majority of the people that probably patronize them, who aren't black people, okay? So there's no point in even talking about black people or going woke or any of this type of shit, right? The core of the people that patronize them are dying. That's the truth. Most of these older brands that have nostalgia attached to them, they just told you that profits were sinking, that the brand was dying off with the rest of what people were going into. And for a lot of these companies, nostalgia is not enough to keep them open. And so what's happening is their core base. Bro, have you ever been to IHOP in the morning? Have you ever been to Cracker Barrel in the morning? Have you ever been to Denny's in the morning, right? A lot of those people are AARP trying to get a discount on a fixed income, can't spend no money, and they meet there with their friends and they're not profitable for the business. And so a lot of these people that they probably getting patronized for them are dying. And so they need to figure out how to get themselves attached to a new customer base in order for them to survive as a brand. Otherwise, they are going to die also, and then you can go and pick up their memorabilia. Most of the people that patronize the Cracker Barrels and stuff like that, they are dying off. That's just the honest to God truth. They are dying off. And then you get the person that travels, that is on a long freeway trip. Oh man, that's Cracker Barrel. All right, let's go there. You gotta adapt and you gotta change. If you don't adapt and you don't change, then you die. I personally don't see the woke in it. If y'all telling me that the determination for whether or not you will go to a restaurant is if the old man and the barrel is removed from the logo, then you wasn't fucking with him anyway. Because I'll tell you what, ain't nothing gonna look talking about. Okay, Jacqueline Cooper, you say, I like the old logo. Let me ask you a question. Are you telling me the logo is going to be the determining factor for whether or not you eat at Cracker Barrel? No. Y'all not going to go or not go based off of whether or not that old man is on there at all, bro. At all. Stop. Listen. Y'all got to stop being so fake woke. I'm going to keep it 100 with you. Everything is not woke or unwoke. Y'all got to stop being so overly man, they is putting batteries in y'all back. Y'all got to start thinking for yourself. Y'all don't care that much about no goddamn Cracker Barrel for y'all to be getting all up in arms about this. Do y'all really care? Come on, stop. Y'all not that upset. You're not that upset. I personally, I don't care. I do not care. I'm probably only going to go to Cracker Barrel another 3 or 4 times in my life because I don't even really take road trips anymore. And I'm not going to go an hour out of my way in order to go to a Cracker Barrel. It's just the truth. I don't care. I genuinely, in my heart, don't care. Somebody, Aaliyah says, okay, because you don't care, then why are you talking about it? Because it's the popular culture conversation and I wanted to understand it. And so I reacted to it in real time. And I played the interview with her. And I also played Fox News interview. And I wanted to understand exactly what everybody was mad about. Now that I see what everybody is mad about, I think it's fake wokeness. I think y'all overly making it so much so. My God, Cracker Barrel changed their man on their logo. It is. It's fake outrage. I think it's fake outrage. Nobody is going to not go or go because this old man is at the top. If I'm hungry and I just so happen to want some biscuits and gravy from Cracker Barrel, then that's what I'm going to do. I really don't care. It's Cracker Barrel, dog. Honestly, it's Cracker Barrel. Let me ask y'all another question. Do y'all care whether or not Cracker Barrel survives or not? Or is it going to go the same way as Bob Evans and Bennigan's and Denny's? Nobody cares. Nobody cares, bro. It's a logo. Most of y'all probably ain't been to Cracker Barrels in the last 4 years. Y'all always trying to find whatever the new place is anyway. What's the new spot that open? Y'all don't care nothing about no Cracker Barrel. Listen, I'm not about to be fake outraged with y'all. I know it will be more popular for me to do. I know that, it will be right up the Republican playbook. Look at Cracker Barrel going woke. I know that, that's what the play is. I'm gonna be honest with you. On this issue in particular, I don't care. It doesn't mean anything to me. I'm not gonna lose my shit over Cracker Barrel. All right. Now, if you change a car or car company or something like that, that's meaningful to me because what I got in the garage, might be a little different. What I got in the garage, it may mean something. Now, if you start changing the Porsche logo and you start changing you start doing it and I can't match my cars up, then we gonna start having a problem. That might be a little bit different, but that's not what we talking about right now. All right. That means something to me. That would mean something to me. Give a fuck about no Cracker Barrel. Anton is scared. he don't want to offend his white fan base. Man up, brother. Might as well call it the Master's Barrel. You so gay. You so gay. You so gay for that. Oh my God, he doesn't offend his white fan base. I offend white people all the time. I just told a white woman on Monday night that she was easy to draw. Nobody give a fuck about her. And y'all so fake outrage and fake woke. Anton is afraid to go against Cracker Barrel. Well, I'm not afraid to go against you. I can't wait to meet your chick. I'm going to fuck the shit out of her. How about that? I wonder what my white fan base feels about that. How about that? It's Friday. I just might go off the rails today. How about that? I sure ain't afraid to offend black people. I ain't afraid to offend white people. I'm just offensive. It's always a nigga with no profile photo. What an apple. This nigga had an apple on his as his profile photo. I know you get bust down by a man. I know you went to prison before. Cracker Barrel, no. What y'all gonna go and protest? You niggas with no jobs, y'all gonna go protest in front of Cracker Barrel too? I'm gonna tell you something. Just as bad as an extreme liberal is an extreme conservative. Extreme conservatives that don't know anything other than whatever it is that their conservative or Republican compatriots tell them what to think are also the worst. They're not as bad as liberals, but extreme conservatives that y'all like new saints. You on fire for God. Now everything is bad. Oh my God, I can't think for myself. Extreme conservatives or extreme right people that don't know how to think for themselves, that everything is bad. Oh my God. Like, stop, bro. You don't care that much. You just became a voter last year. Now every issue bothers you. You just became a voter, nigga. When did you start caring about life? You just got out of jail, just got your life together, and now all of a sudden you're a part of the establishment. Boy, if you don't sit down somewhere, nobody thinking about you. Anyways, y'all ready to continue? Y'all ready to continue on with the show? Are we still waiting for Trump to come up? All right, so we can go to the next issue. Let me read some of the super chats first, and then we'll move on. What bike is that? That's a CBR 1000 RR. In the garage, it's a CBR 1000 RR. Equal Opportunity Smoke says panel need to get right. Trivia was bad last night. 390. We got after hours tonight, y'all. 392Q says good day to go skating. Skating is Saturday. We might do that Saturday. Big Mike, selective outrage. Yeah, I think so too. Amethyst Angel says check their website is vividly DEI so woke. All right, so let me go to the Cracker Barrel website. Y'all want me to go to the Cracker Barrel website? Let's look at it together. All right. No, we good on that. All right. What's all right? Where's the DEI on the website? I'm looking at it. What are y'all talking about? Did I miss something? Fuck is y'all talking about, bro? Shop. Where's the wokeness on the website? reports. The fuck is y'all talking about, man? Where is it? What's so woke about the website? I get it. I get it. I get it now. So basically, what happened was I get it now. So basically, what happened was y'all probably looked at something on Instagram or TikTok where somebody modified something and they made it super woke and you fell for the okie dokes. And now everything is super woke. What the fuck is woke on the website? What's woke on the website? I don't know. This is going to be difficult because I'm my own free thinker. Because I think for myself, and so I'm not easily influenced about what everybody else is talking about. I'm trying to understand what y'all talking about, bro. Anyways, moving on. Make sure y'all hit a like for the algorithm. Subscribe to us. Subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notification. Oh, y'all want me to go to About Us? All right, so let me go to About Us. Give me a second. About Us. All the more joy since 1969. Blah, blah, blah. Dine-in delivery. Jobs at Cracker Barrel. Goodreads Company. Real quality. So on and so forth. Food with care. Preparing food. Okay, cool. Culture and inclusion. Maybe this is the part that y'all talking about. Everyone feels at home. Culture, belonging, inclusion at Cracker Barrel. We have a responsibility to live up to our mission of pleasing people each day, ensuring that every member of our team and every guest feels at home, feels cared for, and like family. Also got in our way since blah, 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 blah. Our teamwork, culture, hospitality, welcoming, respectful, inclusive to everybody that walks through our doors, food and decor, celebrate warm on a continuous journey. We believe that when we harness uniqueness and our differences to become better, committed to the journey of improvement, culture, workforce, business, proud representation, business resource groups, allow employees to come together in a community around common interests, perspective, experiences. These employee-led organizations provide opportunities to network, develop skills, leadership skills, and serve as cross-functional resources teams as they make decisions to our brand. Trump is coming on, so we're gonna go over to that in a minute. AMPT, Advancing Modern Professionals Tomorrow. Be bold. Mission is to be bold to cultivate, develop Black leaders within Cracker Barrel organization. Be well. BRG partners benefit, improve employee experience. HOLA, mission to promote Hispanic Latino culture through hiring. LGBTQ Alliance, supporting home office and field employees, bringing their whole selves to work while strengthening Cracker Barrel's relationship with the LGBT community. Neuroburns Collective is focused on advocacy and education around neurodiversity. Serve for the veterans, dedicated to advocating for leadership and development opportunities for the members. And Women's Connect, our mission goal is to inspire the women of Cracker Barrel by empowering education, engagement, and achieve the strategic initiatives of Cracker Barrel. I don't give a fuck. Like, honestly, I genuinely don't care, bro. What's the difference between Wendy's, Burger King, KFC, McDonald's, Cracker Barrel, all of that. Okay. All right. Y'all got it. Listen, y'all got it. Cracker Barrel woke, store logo change, all of that. Got you. Got you. I mean, Apple's CEO Tim Cook is gay, and Trump was just meeting with him at the White House. I don't have to necessarily agree with your lifestyle. As long as you are not pushing it on me, then I don't care. I don't care, bro. I genuinely don't care what everybody else is doing. Okay, so I don't agree with you. You're probably going to go to hell. Cool. Let me see when Trump is going live. Uh, 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 mm, 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 mm. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Boom, 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 boom. Before we get into that, just want to make sure we all on the same page. This is the McDonald's website. When you land on it, McDonald's land is open. Get your Mickey D's where you want. Snap Racket is back. Large fries, $1 minimum purchase. McValue, cool. Ronald McDonald House. More black designers is the new black. So y'all gonna stop eating McDonald's now? Value in action. Our Planet. Well, we know we don't like green, right? Food quality and sourcing. Community and connection. Jobs, inclusion, and empowerment. What? Let's go to learn more on that. Human rights. We strive to weave human rights into McDonald's day-to-day practices, guided by our values and commitment to inclusion. What? Not a black man taking a picture of himself. Safe and respectful workplaces. Like, you can literally go to any place and go to any website and any workplace and probably find the exact thing that you want to look for to say that they've gone woke. People are fake outraged, is what I'm saying. Honestly, I believe that most people are fake outraged. They don't really care about none of this stuff. I could probably go to Burger King. I can go all of this stuff. Y'all, like, all right, you know what? Y'all got it. You right. Y'all got it. Y'all got it. Y'all got it. I agree with y'all. Y'all, Cracker Barrel went woke. It is what it is. All right. Let me read some of these super chats. Jim Short says this is a complete non-story meant to distract away from stories like the head of Israel's cybersecurity being charged with solicitation of a minor, but was set free by pro-Israel Trump appointed officials back to Israel. Old habits die hard. Shout out to Jim Short. I appreciate you for supporting the platform. Thank you, my friend. Somebody in the chat says something like, hold on. Let me see if I can find it. Where was it at? Decor is still McDonald's decor. It's not. Aaliyah, come out of that. Come out of that, baby. It's not. McDonald's has completely updated every last one of its restaurants, even changed its drive-throughs. They don't have the old arches. They don't have the 50s style McDonald's. They have changed. They have evolved. They have updated every single store. McDonald's changes like every 10 years, every 10 to 15 years. McDonald's changed its entire layout. What the look of its store is, modernize it. It put kiosk in there now. It don't look nothing like what it used to look like inside of a McDonald's. Ain't no playscapes, you right? Ain't no Ronald McDonald's. The Hamburglar is gone. Grimace is not in there no more. McDonald's has evolved and it has changed, and it has completely changed the look of the store. It changed who it used to promote it. It changed everything. Nothing in McDonald's looks the way that it used to look. Nothing. Nothing in McDonald's looked the same. Zero, zilch, nada. So I don't even know what y'all talking about. The woke is in the recruiting adverts, which includes removing the old white man and the Cracker Barrel. Check the website. I did. I checked it. Low Black Duck 2001 says, if the restaurant doesn't feel like the Dust Bowl depression with a touch of Jim Crow segregation, I don't want it. Chaser for life. 392Q says, hold on, let me check on this Trump thing. All right, hold on. We got to switch over to Trump, y'all.
I'm delighted to welcome FIFA President Gianni Infantino back to the White House for a major announcement about one of the most anticipated competitions in all of sports, the 2026, and this is a big deal, I'll tell you, I was so happy to get it, the 2026 FIFA World Cup. And it's going to be the World Cup as we know it. It's the biggest, probably the biggest event in sports, I guess, Johnny, right? Yeah. On December 5th of this year, the 2026 FIFA World Cup draw will take place at the Kennedy Center. Some people refer to it as the Trump Kennedy Center, but we're not prepared to do that quite yet, maybe in a week or so. But right here in Washington, D.C., it's a tremendous honor to bring the global event and this incredible group of people and these unbelievable athletes, the best athletes in the world, to the cultural center of our nation's capital. I just left the Kennedy Center. We're spending a lot of money wisely on making it really beautiful. It's going to be beautiful again. It's like Washington, D.C. We had, by the way, in Washington, D.C., we have the lowest crime numbers they've had in years. Zero, it sounds like it's a horrible thing to say, but I might as well say it. Zero murders in the last week since we've done this. That's the first time in memory that that's happened. If you can believe it, how pathetic that is to have to even say it. And I'm tired of listening to these people say how safe it was before we got here. It was unsafe. It was horrible. And Mayor Bowser better get her act straight or she won't be mayor very long, because we'll take it over with the federal government, run it like it's supposed to be run. The numbers were horrible. It was a crime-infested rat hole. And they do have a lot of rats. We're getting rid of them too. And we've made a lot of progress. And it was extremely unsafe, and now it's extremely safe. We had virtually no crime. The number was down 87%. And I'm trying to figure out where was the 13%, because I don't think it existed. The National Guard has been unbelievable, and they're working with the police. And they have some very good people in there. They have some people that shouldn't be police, actually, but they have some great people there. And the Washington, D.C. is a whole different place. And Johnny, I'm sure you'll be happy to hear that too, actually.
Oh, yes.
But it's a whole different place. People are excited again. They're going out to restaurants again. That was the other thing. I saw numbers that restaurant business is down in the last week. No. Restaurant business, you can't get into a restaurant. Just really lying people. And that's why people don't understand how bad and how dishonest the press is. I saw one poll that had us at 19% favorable on what we're doing with Washington. Then I saw another one that has us 94% favorable. And I can tell you the 94% is correct. The others are fake, just fake news. They got to get their act together. So bad for our country, so sick, actually. So Washington, D.C. is really doing unbelievably well. And the Kennedy Center that we're fixing, I was just there all morning with contractors. We're making it unbelievable. It's going to be unbelievable. It's got great bones, but it needs a lot of work. The World Cup draw will set up the group stage of competition. 48 teams will play in 104 games across 16 North American cities, from Seattle to Vancouver to Atlanta to Miami. It's going to be so exciting for our country. The 2026 FIFA World Cup will be one of the largest and most complex events. This will be one of the greatest events, one of the largest. In a way, it's like Johnny said it better. It's like having many Super Bowls in a short period of time. Because each one of these games essentially is a Super Bowl. Some of them are bigger than Super Bowls, actually. But they're essentially, each one of these games is like a Super Bowl. The 2026 FIFA World Cup will be the largest, most complex set of events in sports history. And the Kennedy Center will give it a phenomenal kickoff, and we'll be involved, and they'll be working over there for quite a bit of time. We have it all set that they can stay there for the big events, the big press conferences and everything else. And they'll be in a very safe capital. That'll be nice. You don't have to worry about walking down the street, Johnny, okay? But you could handle yourself.
I could.
Okay. Already, FIFA is projecting 6 million loyal fans will attend the World Cup events next year, and 6 billion more are going to be watching back home. And they think the $6 billion number is going to be actually a low number. And this will drive more than $30 billion into the U.S. economy and create 185,000 American jobs in a short period of time, too. No sporting event attracts more attention, more fans, more viewers, or more revenue than the FIFA World Cup. And again, I'll just say it's the World Cup, and it's the biggest thing there is in sports, and we have it. And I got it in my first administration, and I was really somewhat devastated, as devastated as I can be. I don't have time to get too devastated. I was very happy that today, as you saw, the group that does this, a government group, radical left group, announced that Trump was right. Took in $4 trillion worth of tariffs. That the $4 trillion are going to reduce the deficit by numbers far greater than they ever expected or heard of. And by the way, the stock market went up 1,000 points. That was as of 10 minutes ago. I can't tell you what happened. A lot of things happened. But the stock market's up almost 1,000 points. And it's basically on the news that the release that just came out from government that the tariffs that everybody was talking about, that the whole world respects us for because of what we did. The tariffs are going to be at $4 trillion. They're going to reduce the deficit by $4 trillion, Mr. Vice President.
Pretty good, sir.
Too bad it's not 5, right?
That's right.
It's had a huge impact, and the stock market is way up. But this will drive more than $30 billion in U.S. economy and create 185,000 American jobs. No sporting event attracts more attention or more fans or anything else. And I just look forward to the draw. So we're going to have the draw, essentially, Johnny, at the Kennedy Center.
Yep.
And by that time, it'll be in even better shape. We're working on it. It's about a year project to make it. It'll be great. It'll be fantastic. You see the way this is looking? Look, nice. I can't tell you how much that gold costs. A lot of money. There's nothing like gold, and there's nothing like solid gold. But this beautiful office needed it. It had to be representative. When we took it over, it was dirty, not clean. I immediately changed the chair and had this beautiful desk renovated, brought out by the White House. People that do this, they did a great job. We sent it out. We have a craftsman who's great. But this was not appropriate for the Oval Office when I took over. And now you look at all those paintings you're allowed to turn back. All of these are great presidents, and they were all in the vaults. They were in vaults for some cases much more than 100 years. And now they're proudly hanging on the Oval Office walls. So I can't imagine anybody changing it. But they were buried in vaults for over 100 years, many of them. So it's very exciting. People come in, they really love it. They love what we're doing here. They love what we're doing in D.C., and they love what we're doing most importantly in the country and the world. I'd like to ask Johnny to say a few words. He's the head of the whole thing. He's been there for a long time, probably the most respected man in sports. He's amazing, actually. Works very hard, and he's got the biggest event in the world coming right here to the United States. And a little, we did a little for Canada. We did a little for Mexico. We thought, see, I'm a good citizen. I said, let them have a little piece. So we gave a little to Canada, see how nice I am? And we gave a little bit to Mexico. And Johnny, please say a few words.
Thank you, President. Great honor for me to be here with you today, President, Vice President, Excellencies. Fantastic to announce what you said, which is the final draw of the FIFA World Cup on the 5th of December here in the capital, in the Kennedy Center in Washington, D.C. at 12 noon sharp. It will be broadcast live all over the world. 1 billion viewers will watch it, and it will determine, of course, the match schedule, which 48 participating teams will play. You said it, 104 matches in 1 month, 104 Super Bowls. It's not just the biggest, the greatest event, not just a sports event, it's a social event as well, with a lot of emotion. We are uniting the world, Mr. President, uniting the world here in America, and we are very proud of that. And those teams, those national teams who will come here to participate in this draw with their coaches, with their presidents, they will all be proud to be part of writing this history. And that's why we brought as well this, which is the winner's trophy. It is the trophy that the winner of the FIFA World Cup wins. Only the FIFA president, presidents of countries, and then those who win can touch it, because it's for winners only. And since you are a winner, of course, you can as well touch it. It's pretty heavy. Yeah. It's the winner trophy. The last one who lifted that is Lionel Messi of Argentina. And here it is in the Oval Office in the White House.
Can I keep it?
What do you? Well, you can. We're not giving it back.
We're not giving it back. That's serious.
It fits well.
That goes very well on the wall right over there. We'll put it right below the angels.
It fits well here.
That's beautiful. Yeah,
you can keep it until we have to give it to the next winner.
That's fine. That's a beautiful piece of gold, I will say. That's beautiful.
Yeah. So 6 billion viewers for the World Cup, 6 million coming to the matches, 30 billion economic impact, 185,000 jobs. This will be absolutely fantastic. The biggest event ever, and everything will start here in Washington, D.C. at the Kennedy Center, or the Trump Kennedy Center. You'll see that how it will be called on the 5th of September at noon sharp. 5th of December, noon sharp. Then, if I may...
Will they be doing most of the draws, all of the draws at the Kennedy? Well, how are you going to do that?
Yes, we'll do that at the Kennedy Center. We'll do all the other meetings around it with the coaches, with the broadcasters, with the sponsors, everything at the Kennedy Center. The whole World Cup starts, and everyone will be happy because everyone has qualified for the World Cup and they didn't yet play a game, so they didn't lose yet the game. So they all think they can become world champions, right?
They'll all be happy.
Exactly. Now,
by the way, an example, supposing we had a week ago when everybody was being killed and mugged and everything else, despite the phony numbers that were given out, that it was getting better. Brian, do you believe it was getting better or getting worse?
Oh, the crime is getting worse. I mean, I was robbed. It was getting worse.
Yeah. How did the other guy come out?
He came out with a briefcase.
Robert
won, Brian 0.
No, but can you imagine you do this and then you start hearing that they had a 20-year reduction of crime. It's worse. It was worse during the Biden administration than anybody's ever imagined possible. And I guarantee you, he wouldn't be here if those numbers continued. But now we have total safety. We have total security. And for the border, in 3 months, 0 people. These are done by liberal people that do these charts. 0 people came through our border in the last 90 days. Can you believe it? Last year, we had millions of people coming in. And they came in from the wrong locations. They came in a lot of people that shouldn't be here. So now when we have this event in December, it's going to be very safe. Johnny, you can walk down the street with your beautiful wife.
Yeah.
can take her to dinner if you can get a reservation, which I doubt.
They're all full of the restaurants.
I know. They're all full. I heard that too. The restaurants aren't, the restaurants, since we are doing this, are doing great. And many new restaurants are going to open because, as you know, many closed. Many restaurants closed because the crime was so bad. This will be one of the safest places anywhere on earth. So, I really am honored that the National Guard has done such an incredible job working with the police. And we haven't had to bring in the regular military, which we're willing to do. We have to. And after we do this, we'll go to another location and we'll make it safe also. We're going to make our country very safe. We're going to make our cities very, very safe. Chicago's a mess. You have an incompetent mayor, grossly incompetent. And we'll straighten that one out probably next. That'll be our next one after this. And it won't even be tough. And the people in Chicago, Mr. Vice President, are screaming for us to come. They're wearing red hats, just like this one, but they're wearing red hats. African-American ladies, beautiful ladies, are saying, please, President Trump, come to Chicago. Please. I did great with the black vote, as you know, and they want something to happen. So I think Chicago will be our next, and then we'll help with New York, and we're going to help with, and I think a lot of these people that you see on television, they are, including the people in this audience, they'll say bad things about me, and then they'll say, thank God he's here, because half of them got mugged, and they don't want to get mugged again. But they work for they work for stupid people at a radical left, and they're made to do things and say things that they don't want to be saying. But the people right here are all happy because you're not going to be mugged in Washington, D.C. anymore. I just want to say Johnny's been my friend for a long time. He's an incredible guy, and we will lay out the red carpet. Andrew, you're going to be fantastic. Rick is going to be everything Rick ever touched has always worked out, and he's working with me on the Kennedy Center. And his very good friend was an actor on Broadway for 5 years, right? And I assume he's helping us a little bit, right?
Yes.
And Andrew, you're all excited about it?
Absolutely.
Would you like to say something?
This is a great opportunity, Mr. President, to show off the first 250 years of the United States of America, the greatness, and then the hope and promise of the next 250 years. When you think this World Cup is going to be over our 250th birthday, Mr. President, your leadership, obviously, with FIFA leading the way, this is the largest sporting event in the history of the world under the Trump administration. So very excited. I
just want to say one thing. Andrew Giuliani, so his father is Rudy, the greatest mayor in the history of New York, I think by far. He took a ravaged city, a city that was really under siege. Probably most people thought it was going to survive. He turned it around. He was a great, great mayor. And then they treated him very, very unfairly. You go back and tell your father all of the things that have come out over the last couple of months through Tulsi and through all of the people, Cash, everybody. They've proven your father 100% correct. His father was treated so unfairly. Your father has been 100% correct. And tell him we all love him. Okay?
Thank you, Mr. President.
He's been amazing. What he had to go through was very, very unfair. Nasty. These are bad people. Mr. Vice President, would you like to say something?
Well, sure, Mr. President. Thank you. And thanks, Johnny, for being here. We're very thrilled about the World Cup. Just to echo something the president said about crime in Washington, D.C., this is the national capital of the greatest nation in the world. And we had murder rates just a few weeks ago that rivaled some of the worst third world cities anywhere, even in very, very poor regions of the world. Why did we accept that? Why did we allow it to happen? We allowed it to happen because we had broken leadership in Washington, D.C., and unfortunately sitting behind the Resolute desk. What we have shown in just under 2 weeks of taking law enforcement seriously is that the American people can have their streets back if their leadership is willing to put in the time and the resources. Mr. President, you've shown in Washington, D.C. that we can have safe streets again. We've just got to have the political willpower to focus on the bad guys and to give the American people back their communities. We are focused on doing that thanks to the president's leadership.
Thank you. And that's a really very small percentage. It's 2%, 3%, but that 2% and 3% wreaks just havoc throughout a community. People are petrified. And I notice a couple of the women in the back are shaking their head, yes, yes, yes. I won't report who you are because you'll end up losing your jobs, but it's true. It's amazing. and the police, and you look at the DC National Guard. I saw pictures of them last night getting off vans and all, and I saw some bad ones running, but they're not running so much anymore. They're not there. They're just not even. They're not even trying. You're totally safe. Now there'll be something happening sometime. I don't know. Maybe it won't be for a long time. But this was every night would get reports of people being mugged and killed. There's one woman on television last night. She had a badly busted up nose, and she's well, I like our streets the way they used to be, and she thinks it's going to happen like by doing nothing. And they say, "What happened to your nose?" She got slugged by a guy walking down the street. Slugged. Her nose will never be the same, I guarantee you, unless it takes a pretty good turn. She wasn't really for us. But she sort of said, well, maybe something has to happen. Before this happened to me, she got whacked. And I don't think she'll ever be the same. She was a half a Trump fan, a woman that would have never been a Trump fan, but she was hit hard. It's not going to happen anymore. Not going to happen anymore. But then we're going to beautify the city too. That's where I was today at Kennedy Center, and we're going to beautify the city like it hasn't. And we're working with Clark Construction, the biggest construction company in Chicago, and in Chicago and Washington. And the head of Clark is great. He's all over the world, actually, but Washington, I would say, is their home. That's where they do the best work, the biggest work, and they've been doing a fantastic job. So you're going to have a fantastic, clean, beautiful place. It's going to be better than it ever was before, literally better than it ever was before. We'll get it done very quickly. And I want to thank Clark because they're doing a lot of work in a lot of different locations, but they've been fantastic for getting us the right contractors and the people that can really do the job right. And Johnny, did you want to say something?
Yes, one more thing, because as you rightly say, with security and beautifying cities and the whole country, we want people to come and enjoy and have fun. And that's why this is not just the most iconic trophy in the world of sport, but we start on the 10th of September, the sale of tickets for the FIFA World Cup. And we have the first ticket here for the final. For you.
That's cool.
It's, of course, row 1, seat 1. It's ticket number 4547. And it's for the final in New York, New Jersey. And so you have your ticket already for the final. All the others, 10th of September, start getting your tickets.
That's beautiful. Yeah.
6.5, 7 million tickets. Fans will enjoy the security here. Will be fantastic.
You're going to do record business, I think.
100%.
Christy, would you like to say something?
Yeah, Mr. President, millions of people will come to this country, and we'll make sure they get their travel documents, their visas, that they want to come here and spend their money and enjoy the sporting event. It'll be the largest event in the world. And sir, you're reminding me of something that my dad used to say all the time when I was growing up. He would say, Christy, you kids need to look like you respect yourself before anybody's going to respect you. And in this country, when people look at our streets, when they look at our capital, you're bringing respect back to this city. And people will respect our country more because it's safe, it's clean, it's beautiful. And what you're doing is transforming this nation by making sure that our laws are upheld. And millions of people are going to come and be able to enjoy it next year. And I'm excited about that. Thank you for doing that.
Well, our country is respected again. And a year ago, we had a dead country. I'm telling you, it was a dead country. It was a country that had lost its way. It was a country that was going to fail. Look, even today, where they say $4 trillion in reductions of deficits, and this was totally unexpected. They didn't expect it. I mean, I don't know where they've been, the people that do this stuff, but it's terrible. I want to thank Christy for another reason. I said to her 2 weeks ago, I said, Christy, do me a favor. I built hundreds of miles of wall. I built the same wall that the Border Patrol asked me to build. It wasn't my first choice. I wanted to do concrete plank and everything nice. You wouldn't have been able to see through it. So I had Border Patrol in, and they tested everything else. And we gave them steel wall, high-grade steel, very hard to cut. And we gave inside that is 9,000-pound concrete, which is a very tough concrete. Inside that is rebar, a big, fat piece of rebar. So you have all different materials that are very hard to cut, and you need different instruments to cut each one. And I said, Christy, we got to get a coat of paint on it. And I didn't know she was listening. But I said, we got to get a coat of paint, and it should be black because black makes the steel very hot. It's untouchable. You could fry an egg on it. And if you got a good black flat paint, it would look beautiful. It will preserve it from rust. And that was it. And I gave it to her along with 30 other things. And she's done such a good job on the border with Tom Holman and the group. Tom Holman's a fantastic guy, what the job he does and the way they work together. So I turned on last night and I see Christie's painting the wall. And it looked beautiful, by the way, when that paint went over there.
And it's hot.
It's hot.
Yes, it is.
It's hot. If it's white, it's not hot. If it's black, it's going to be very hard to climb that sucker. It's not going to be easy. But it's black and a high quality black. You know, it really looked good.
Yeah, we got
Is
the
that going
paint
to be
you
a
told us
two-coat
to.
job or a one
No,
coat?
just one coat.
One coat.
We used the paint you told me to buy.
Yep. The two-coat will take place in 3 years from now. Right? We'll do the second coat. But it looks beautiful. But thank you very much. I didn't know you were listening to that because we talked about 7 different subjects. And all of a sudden I see her out there painting with a lot of painters and everything else. But it was a beautiful thing to say. Would you like to say something? You've been such a big part of this. Please.
We're just, Mr. President, we're delighted to be here today for this announcement, but we're also looking forward to having you at the final.
Oh, yes.
On July
Oh, yes.
19th
No, we'll be
in New
there.
York, New Jersey.
We're going to be there. A lot of people are going to be there.
A lot.
I'd like to thank you all. Do you have any questions on FIFA, first of all?
All right, that's enough. So we got the general idea of what was going on. So essentially, Trump announced FIFA and the World Cup, and it's going to be major. It's like 1,000 Super Bowls. Maybe they should get Drake to perform at some of them. I know that that's going to upset some of y'all, but we'll get there. We'll get there. In addition to that, Trump is basically touting and announcing, and he never. Let me say this. First of all, this was the greatest advertisement ever for FIFA World Cup. And the reason that it was great is because it gave them an opportunity for free. They didn't have to run any ads. They didn't run any TikTok ads. They allowed for Trump to benefit from the announcement while at the same time promoting the event and saying when the event was going to go on sale. That is marketing 101. Marketing 101, to be able to come on here an announcement while at the same time saying this is when tickets going on sale. It's going to be the biggest event. Look how we cleaned up the cities. Everything played out exactly how it was supposed to play out from a marketing perspective. Even having this little ticket thing come up and to be revealed to the people is dope. It's absolutely dope. So that's number one. Number two, the biggest thing that I took away from this was the fact that he said that he was coming to Chicago. Woo! I know Brandon Johnson is in shambles right now. I know that he's probably losing his shit. I know that mohawk, he probably done already started stressing out. That mohawk is coming out of his head. He's so angry and upset. And, you know, honestly, I think that it was good that we suffered over the last 4 years. It was great that we suffered over the last 4 years. Man, look, if we didn't get Trump, or let me revise that. If we got Trump over the last 4 years, we would not have appreciated him. Because we had to experience how good he was in 2016. And then we had to suffer so that we can appreciate what it is that we're dealing with right now. We had to, and Trump had to learn. He learned a lot. He observed, and boy, did he set the stage and start putting together his team way before he ever became president. If we had got Trump in 2021, 22, 23, and 24, nobody would be able to appreciate it because we wouldn't have anything to compare it against. You know, people have short memories. They had almost forgot that we had a migrant crisis until they started bringing it up in the 2024 election. And so the fact that we now have this, it speaks volumes because we now can look back and say, man, look at this. Look at how bad that was. Look at how bad of a job. The last administration wasn't even visible. See, you said you voted for Biden and Biden made you want Trump. We didn't even see Kamala Harris. People were asking, and I was doing live streams because I was mining it out, and it was reports that was coming out of the White House saying that she was difficult to work with and all of her staffers was quitting and stuff like that. We didn't even see her until it was time to start. We seen her twice. We seen Kamala Harris when she went over to Ghana to advocate for the LGBTQ and the alphabet community. She was over there bullying them. And we seen Kamala Harris when she decided that she wanted to run for president. That's it. We never seen Biden. We never seen Kamala. Every time we seen Biden, he was falling up the steps. He was getting lost in jungles. We probably, bro, if it wasn't for Bush and Bill Clinton doing a number on the economy, Bill Clinton and the first Bush and Bill Clinton set it up. And they sold off America and they gave off all of our manufacturers and they created NAFTA and they created the housing crisis and they gave the alley-oop, right? The first Bush was Stockton. Bounce pass. The Bill Clinton, he gave the alley-oop. You know what I'm saying? He was Isaiah Thomas, all-star team. Through the alley-oop, and they both walked so third Bush could run, and they just caught the ball and Shaquille O'Neal and just dunked it on the economy and broke everything. Broke everything. The first two, the first Bush and Clinton, they set it up and they set all of the stage and they took all of the gold and all of the accolades because everybody tried to act like the economy was so great. And what all they did was this. They sold it off for a short profit, made our boomer and Generation X parents and grandparents seem like they was doing well. And then they set it up so that we could just completely destroy the entire economy with the second Bush. Second Bush dunked it. Obama came in looking like the savior. That's how he was able to push through the alphabet community agenda. Trump finally comes in and starts fixing things. Biden comes in and then just shows how great Trump is by breaking everything. And then Trump is set up so that he can become the greatest president in our lifetime. That's the chain of events of how it played out. If it wasn't for the Bush and the Clintons showing how bad they were as presidents, we would be saying Biden is the worst president of all time. We would be saying that Biden is the worst. Biden, Kamala Harris was the worst of all time. That's what we would be saying. And the comeback story is so great, right? Because for the 4 years that they were in office, they did every single thing that they could to try to prevent him from becoming successful. I know that they just threw out the $500 million verdict. I just did a reaction video to that yesterday. They sent Letitia James. They sent the prosecutors in Florida. They sent Fani Willis in Georgia and Fulton County. They tried to remove him off of ballots. They tried to sue him. They tried to do everything. But what God has deemed to happen, and this is why I am so fervent in what I believe and what I stand on, there is nothing and no one that can get in your way when it is time. They opened up the borders. They let all of the migrants in. They let crime run rampant. They just completely destroyed the economy. Inflation was at 10%. You can't get any worse than that. They tried to impeach him. They tried to do everything. And through it all, here we are. Stock market booming. If y'all not a part of Stock Club and the Patreon, make sure y'all tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description. Stock market is booming. Borders is safe. Black people in cities now can walk down the street and be able to enjoy themselves and play outside without having to worry about getting caught with a stray bullet. Culture is changing to where we're now championing traditional families. Men can't go in women's bathrooms. People can't go in certain sports. Men can't play in women's sports. And we don't have to worry about diversity, equity, and inclusion. It's now merit-based, so everybody got to get it how they live. You can't, and this is only we ain't even a year in. They tried to assassinate him. We not even a year in. We about to stop the Russia-Ukraine war. We ain't got to worry about it. Iran and went away. They shutting up. They being quiet. What more do you want from him? He's done more in less than a year than Biden has done in his entire presidency. What more do you want from him? What more do you want? What more do you want? Greatest president of our lifetime, by far, without a doubt. Maybe at the end of the 4 years, we might be talking about the greatest of all time. Maybe the greatest of all time. And nobody cared about the Congo. Nobody cared about Congo. Nobody cared about Sudan. Nobody cared about putting a bounty on barbecue over there. Kamala Harris, Biden, they never mentioned it. They never mentioned it. They never even said that it was a problem over in Haiti in the first place. People over in the Dominican Republic like, hey, what's happening? Well, y'all trying to come over here? They ain't said nothing about none of that. Nothing about none of that. Listen, bro, all of these people that was hating on Trump, the thing that's the worst thing about black people is that we're prideful. We are prideful people. That's why we losing so much, because we don't want to admit when we was wrong. Think about it. 92% of our sisters, 92% of our sisters voted for Kamala Harris. What in the hell was y'all trying to do to us? They literally just wanted to run the country into the ground. 92% of black women said, you know what? We're going to go with this dingbat that is usually drunk, and we're going to vote for Kamala Harris. Do you understand what y'all was trying to do to us? That's why I don't trust a woman's judgment. I am never, ever going to rely on a woman to do anything for me, because after what I was witnessing and after what the people tried to do to us and tried to get us to suffer through, I said, nope. Don't y'all realize we just dealt with a micro crisis? Don't y'all realize that we was just at 10, 12% inflation? And y'all tried to kill us by voting for Kamala Harris? What's wrong with y'all? What's wrong with y'all? Boy, you ain't never got to worry about me following. I won't follow you to the mailbox. I ain't following you to the mailbox. I don't trust no woman. Not one woman that voted for Kamala Harris. You here for a good time, not a long time. You here for a good time. I ain't telling you that I ain't got boxolitis, but what I am telling you is that I don't trust you. I ain't going to sleep around a woman that voted for Kamala Harris. That should be the first question that every man asks every woman. I wouldn't go to sleep around a woman that voted for Kamala Harris. The first question that y'all should be asking on the date is, so who'd you vote for in the last election? Trick them. Make them seem like you all on their team and all of that, just so you can make them comfortable. Yeah, the last election was crazy. Man, polls insane. And then just let them talk. If she says that she voted for Kamala Harris, nigga, don't go to sleep around her. Don't have a kid with her. Don't you get her pregnant, nigga. You gonna be in family court law. Don't you do it. Don't you do it. You gonna find yourself behind yourself. You're gonna be in jail. Nigga. That's a me too waiting to happen. That's a me too. You said you wouldn't trust a man. Oh, a man that voted for? And let me tell you something. Where my girl Molly at? I think men that voted for Kamala Harris. A little shaky. Men that voted for Kamala Harris. Ooh wee. Like Malik. Y'all seen Malik in the chat? Malik 2-turn. No, that nigga be getting bust down. Laid on his stomach. Got another man laid on his back. Gotta be taking the whole load. Malik, boy, I know. That's why they don't want to put their profile photo up. I guarantee you, Malik got a bull nose ring, blonde red hair. Blonde, red hair. Malik trying to become a bad bitch. He ain't trying to be out here with y'all. That's why he mad. He trying to be a bad bee. That's an independent woman over there. REDEEEMENT. Do you know what that means? I've got her own car. I guarantee you Malik drive an Altima with no bumper. I seen you in the chat, Malik. I'll make you a special project. I'm gonna deal with you all year long. Just when you thought I forgot about you, I'm gonna bring you back up. Pillow biters, facts. I don't trust no man that voted for Kamala Harris, bro. At all. At all. You niggas get that. You voted for who? I don't care how tough you try to make it seem. Yeah, nigga, I voted for Kamala. Just seemed like the best of the two options. Hey, you invite this nigga over to the party? I said that this was a straight heterosexual party. Yeah. Who did that? Immediately you fired whoever. Find out who invited this pillow biter to the party. And then we're going to get him up out of here. Don't worry about it. We're going to take care of it. Oh, yeah? That's crazy. Trust nobody. Trust nobody. Somebody time out Den Shed living room because I specifically warned you guys not to spam the chat. All right. You can say anything you want. People been cursing. I removed all of the restrictions. I need somebody to time out Den, whoever it is, time them out. Don't block them. Time them out because apparently y'all don't know how to follow instructions. There will be no spamming the chat. There will be no spamming the chat. I know he been spamming, but you see how long of a leash I got? Y'all see how long of a leash I got? I've been letting people rock out and I just keep on warming them. Hey, don't spam the chat. 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 And y'all just keep on copying and pasting. Now look at you. Now look at you. So dumb. Somebody said, what did he say? It don't matter what you say. Just don't spam. I've seen people call me all kind of stuff. I've been letting people rock out even with their disrespect. I ain't tripping off of that. Let them get their shit off. Listen, they've been waiting all night to get their stuff off. I can't wait to Anton get on Millionaire Morning Show. I'm gonna tell them what it is that I feel. Get your shit off. Say it. Say it. I ain't tripping about it. Just say it. Say it. Say it. Get it off. I ain't tripping. I ain't banning you. I ain't stopping you. I ain't trying to censor you, but listen, we got some very, 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 very simple rules. Do not spam the chat. All right? It's so simple. If you want to get mad at me, man, fuck this nigga Anton. You saying wild shit. I'd be like, damn, that nigga mad, man, making angry than a motherfucker. All right, y'all want to continue on to the next subject? I don't trip. I don't trip. I talk shit back, especially on a Friday. I talk back. But it's simple. Hey, don't be overly disrespectful. Don't go for people's kids. Don't go for people's spouses. Don't spam the chat. You know? That's it. That's it. I don't know what's wrong with y'all. All right. Let me read some of the super chats. People were saying some crazy disrespectful shit to me last night on After Hours. I thought that junk was hilarious. I think it's funny. I don't trip. The girls don't even react to that shit no more on After Hours. They didn't evolve. 392Q says a logo that stood the best is now the old. The logo that stood the best is the old new PlayStation logo. We still gonna play that new GTA 6, even if they change the logo. Facts. Marriage Politics is 4 says, what do you think about the stock price? I think that everything is temporary. Don't nobody trip about the stock price. The stock price, whenever you see something woke happens and you see a mad swing left or right in the stock price, don't pay attention to that. Everything always levels out. Wyatt says the only thing will make me stop going to Cracker Barrel is probably the rainbow flag. AJY says it's LGBTQ alliance. That's the woke part. J Ben says put Uncle Ben's back on the rice and Aunt Jemima back on the syrup. Man, y'all don't need these old looking slave motherfuckers on that shit. It ain't that deep. How many of y'all stop buying syrup because y'all ain't see an old black slave looking woman on there? I don't give a fuck. I don't care if it's on there. I don't care if it's not on there. Bro, if I need some syrup, hopefully it's the good kind with maple. You know what I'm saying? I don't care. David Brown says, I was salty as F when Sizzlers and Ponderosa closed. Crash Out of Cash Out says, the left are so sensitive, they don't realize that you're being critical of the far right always labels things woke. Facts. Dot Focus says, go to F off my guy, #Friday. Shadow Dragon TV says, I had his fire. I need one big dog custom made. This came from one of the bag chasers. Contact Slimmy. Slimmy is the only person that can get you whatever it is that you need. You know what I'm saying? Chris Monroe says, happy Friday, bag chasers. Time to go off the rails, AD. I ain't going off no rails. I'm tripping. Mr. Lot says, if they put a bottle of Sweet Baby Ray's or Frank's Red Hot next to the chicken, maybe y'all would have a point. Dewan Tucker says, good morning, big dog. What's your advice on tapping into the land and real estate game for beginners? You got to sign up for the Patreon. I'm talking about it next week. Let me see what my stuff is. I think I satisfied all of my requirements. Yep, we did. Yep, bought a lot of them. Mm-hmm. Yes, I did. Bought a lot of them. That's why I'm so tapped out. I ain't got no money, man. I'm out here strapped for cash. I spent all of my money on this stuff. I just keep buying land and real estate. I don't know what to do. All I keep doing is spending all of my money, paying cash for land and real estate. Time Dog is strapped. Don't ask me for nothing. Don't ask me for a dime. Don't ask me for a dollar. I ain't got it. All my money keep going to real estate and land and buying houses and stock and crypto. I ain't got it. Time Dog is tapped. I'm tapped. Let me see what's in my bank account. How much money do Time Dog got in his bank account? I'm tapped. They say, Anton, buy Umar Johnson's, Frederick Douglass, Marcus Garvey. I ain't got no money. You want to see how much money I got in my savings account? That's what I got. Where is it at? That's what I got. Savings account. $1. I got $1 left. That is my balance. Available balance. $1. That's all I got. I don't know how I'm going to make it through the week. I don't know how I'm going to be able to survive. I don't know where I'm going to get my money at. I got $1 in my savings account. That's all I got. I ain't got it. So don't ask me for nothing at all. I'm broke as F. Facts. Don't ask me for nothing. I ain't got it. Show us what's in the other account. I ain't got that ain't what we talking about. We said how much is in the savings. How much is in the savings? I ain't got it, nigga. Don't ask me for nothing. I ain't got it, bruh. So tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description. I'll show you all of the real estate that I recently bought. I'm looking for a woman whose couch I can sleep on. Can I get a night? Can I sleep on your couch? Can I sleep on your couch? I ain't got it. Can I sleep on your couch? Gerald Davis says, aloha AD. I wish people stop trying to reach to complain about something that you have never experienced nor invested into. A valid point will be they're using paper plates and Dixie cups. Billy Ray Valentine says, why y'all bothering my baby on the front? Talk to him. Billy Ray, why they bothering me? Billy Ray? Can I get somebody's couch that I can sleep on? Can I get a lady's couch that I can sleep on, please? That ain't got no roaches. Buddy 305 Love says, look what Trump hat says. He trolling hard. Yeah, you was right about everything. Jeremy A says, told y'all soccer is the future. AD said, nah, but it's going to pass baseball and hockey. No concussions. No need to be 6'4", just speed, skill, and grind. Black people got to stop locking kids into football and basketball. Yeah, we do need to diversify. I agree with that. Howie Brown says times are changing for the good. I agree 100%. Event Horizon says, I knew I made the right choice when I voted for Trump. He received 2 votes from my house, mine and my wife's. That's correct. Facts. King Manasseh says, AD, if you became president, who would you let take over the Millionaire Morning Show? Me. I'm the Millionaire Morning Show. You know what I'm saying? It's still me. Tune, don't think immigrants can afford to travel for the World Cup. Rashida, what's up, Sheeta? Says, I'm in Chicago and we are not flipping red. We don't wear MAGA hats. We need new representation. I'm not opposed to the guard coming in to help the police. I'm with you, Rashida. Sheeta. Tune says, forgot to say illegal. Sorry. I don't think they'll afford it. Trying to wash my windows and sitting at Home Depot all day, brother. Feel bad for him. Malachi, what up to Malachi says, super chat for announcing Chicago. Facts. Mauricio says, Trump is the best president of my lifetime. My money up every time he's in office. J-Dub says, I truly believe America is respected again. I want to show my support for the platform. Appreciate. I got $51, y'all. Yeah. Thank you, J-Dub. I appreciate you for holding me down, my dog. Thank you, big dog. Rock says these women are like dark side. AD, they looking for anti-life equation. 392Q says, imagine being the first gentleman of the United States of America. Eric Williams says, Anton, you got me cracking, laughing. Only reason them dudes voted for Kamala because the wives and girlfriends was on their ass. Those is beta. Victor Williams Jr. says, instead of spamming, just put what you want to say in the super chat so it can get read, as long as it's not egregious. That's an idea. Now you got $3. Talk about it. $54 in the building. Shout out to Manny Plays PC. Thank you to everybody that continues to hold me down. All right, y'all. We got our Trump announcement. We addressed Cracker Barrel. I'm letting y'all determine what we gonna do with the show today. All right. So we see we got the Cracker Barrel popping. Cracker Barrel, we addressed that. Y'all want to go to some local? Let's go to something local. I want to go to local. Let's switch over to local, y'all. Let me go switch over to my premium account. Let's see what we got over here. We got Judge, CEO, 2 Foot Locker star. Oh, let's go over to Chicago. Let's address 2 crime incidents right now so we can try to figure out whether or not Trump needs to head to Chicago to take over. And let's get to it. Make sure y'all hit a like for the algorithm, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications. Let's rock.
Growing frustration after what appears to be targeted retail thefts and growing concern about the potential impact to shoppers and the community. Today, staff cleaned up the broken glass at the Foot Locker store at Chicago Kedzie Plaza. At 3 a.m., thieves backed a car into the front of the store and grabbed shoes and clothes.
It's frustrating. It's frustrating.
This comes as a burglary at the Foot Locker in West Englewood Tuesday at 4:15 a.m. Surveillance video of that incident shows the method the young thieves used to smash through the store windows and grab what they can. Shanti Althoff is the property manager for both properties. She says repairing the damage for retailers is far more expensive than replacing the stolen merchandise.
It is organized crime. That's what we're facing. It is not petty theft. It is individuals that get together, create a plan, execute that plan at the cost to many.
Althoff shares that all consumers pay the price for retail loss.
We're all paying for this. We're all paying. Each retailer that has you think you're getting 20% off. Well, that 20% off is already covering their lost inventory.
She fears what could happen if the offenders are not stopped.
If there's enough crime, big retailers, national retailers, they pull out of the shopping centers. They discontinue their lease. They leave vacancies. And as a result, you end up with communities that don't have the services or the goods.
Chicago police can.
I was riding down the street the other day. Was it yesterday? I think it was yesterday because I was on my way to go and pick up my daughter. And I was riding down the street and I text Rita and I said, Rita, did you know that new Aloe store is opening in downtown Detroit? And she said, when? I said, they just opening up in downtown Detroit. I said, did you see that the new Aloe store is opening in downtown Detroit? And she said, oh man, I got to get down there. And I said, this retailer is opening up and this retailer is going into the new Hudson's building and this retailer and this retailer. Yeah, man, it's crazy. And y'all are going to sit here and try to tell me that it makes sense for us to just go status quo. Everything is normal. And inside of these neighborhoods, everything is regular. And all of the crime is just going away. All of the crime is just going away. It just is what it is. Y'all are so destructive. And it's not even just because the crime is happening, because crime happens generally everywhere. There's some level of crime in most places. But it's how we deal with it. We don't hold criminals accountable. We continue to act like yep, it is. And all of the girls was down there. We continue to act like it's just normal. We continue to act like it's normal. Like it's not a big deal. It's just cool. It's just cool. Listen, not a big deal. Everybody could do what they want to do when they want to do it.
Excuse me.
All of my white girls in the house in Detroit.
Hello, Hudson, Detroit. Oh, sorry, guys. Excuse me. Come on, King. Stay close. Sorry.
All my snow bunnies in Aloe in Detroit. White girls, black girls. I told Rita, I said, did you know that they got all of the snow bunnies down here in Detroit at the Aloe store? At this new Aloe store in Detroit? Right there on Woodward? That's where all of the snow... Listen, bro. Y'all, the snow bunnies is in Detroit, bro. They right downtown. If y'all looking for some snow bunnies, they here. Downtown Detroit be lit. Downtown Detroit. Aloe is like Lululemon. It's like the bigger more popular version of Lululemon. Don't tell these men that, Anton, they don't know nothing about Detroit. Detroit is lit. Detroit is lit. Detroit is popping. It is so sweet here. It's sick. It's getting to it. Look at all of the snow bunnies. They right here. See? Go see an inclusion.
There you go. Hello, new location. You did? Yeah, I wanted to get something, but I'm gonna come back another day.
All of the snow bunnies is there. All of the snow bunnies is in Aloe in Detroit. She walked outside too. Let's see what it looked like outside. See the line to get in?
Have a great day. You too.
Look at all of the snow bunnies in Detroit. Look how safe it is in this city. What a safe city where crime is down and we got snow bunnies outside lined up. It's a great place to be. Make sure y'all hit a like for the algorithm, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications. AD, look at the Kentucky judge gunned down by the sheriff. That's an old story. That's a super old story. I think I've seen that before. Kentucky judge gunned down by the sheriff. All right, so that's what's up. YN shook and DC. I'll show you the video. It's quiet. Hold on. Let me switch over for a second because this other crime happening throughout the United States. It's not just there. Teens is tearing up everything all over the place.
11 a year after a group of armed robbers terrorized dozens of convenience stores in the Seattle area, we learned new tonight the last outstanding suspect finally behind bars. Glad you're with us. Hi, everybody. I'm Michelle Esteban. KOMO's Ryan Sims has been covering these robberies, Ryan, since they happened last fall. And police say this newest suspect, Ryan, was he just 17 years old at the time?
17 years old at the times of these alleged crimes by him. He's now an adult, meaning he will be facing and is facing 10 counts of felonies with regard to robbery, all as other members, alleged members of his group, have been behind bars since last fall.
Is the end finally here for one of Western Washington's most vicious, most violent band of robbers? Cops say that is the hope now that the final suspect is in custody.
They would find convenience stores that had multiple people in them and then hold everyone in the store at gunpoint, demanding purses, wallets, and phones.
All right, looks like they're going to blow another red light here.
KOMO has reported on these savage bandits for nearly a year and just a few weeks last fall. Cops say they were responsible for 78 carjackings and armed robberies across the Seattle area, many of them at convenience stores.
The longer these went on, the more aggression we saw from these suspects. They started with just pointing firearms, and then as it led to shots fired.
While four of the teen suspects were nabbed last October, police say a fifth one remained out there until now. According to police, he was arrested outside a South Seattle trade school and now faces.
Dog, you robbing people in Yeezy slides?
Until now, according to police.
That means that you ain't got no regard for the law because you're not even trying to run. You got on Yeezy slides.
He was arrested outside a South Seattle trade school and
you got on Yeezy slides, dog. Oh my God. And you know what they're gonna say. Now, if somebody would have, because I don't know what Seattle's laws are. Now, if somebody would have pulled out the ooh-op shebang bang and then went bang bang on him, then everybody would have been saying, oh my God, he was a good kid. He didn't know any better. Where are the parents? Listen, I don't even care about the kids getting arrested as much as I care about the parents. Where are the parents? Where are the parents at? That's all I want to know is where the parents at, bro. Because I don't want, what we need to start doing is not only putting on there the children or the young people, but we also need to display who their parents are. People need to know who the parents are of the people that are doing this so we can better assess how they get here. If y'all want to solve for the problem, we got to find out where these people are being born at. Where the parents at, bro? That's what I want to know. I don't want to know nothing except for where the parents are. If you're not telling me where the parents are, I don't want to talk to you. These niggas, they just went on and yes, it's valid for me to call these niggas. These little niggas is just out here running around, robbing 78 carjackings. Y'all did this for a year, and they never stopped. They never stopped. They never adjusted. They never took a day off. They never decided, you know what, this week we not gonna rob nobody. They just went store to store, place to place, car to car, person to person. I mean, after the second or third time, you could have pretty much started putting undercovers in different places to anticipate what they was gonna do. They did this for over a year. And black people will sit there and tell you, oh no, listen, it's the safest ones. It's the Jasmine Crockett's. It's the what's her name? Dennis Rodman. Joy Reid. Joy Reid. It's the Joy Reids. It's all of them that's gonna come on here and say, we don't want more community policing. Nigga, send in the National Guard, send in the military, send in the army, send in everybody. What are you talking about? It's the people that always sit in the safest neighborhoods. They send in everybody. Send the works, nigga. I want everybody. Send everybody, bro. What you talking about? They over there robbing everybody. But as soon as something happened, oh, my baby, my baby, my baby, my baby, my baby. He was my favorite out of the 13 that I had. And I was on Section 8, but I had 13. Now I'm pregnant again. You know what they say? As soon as old life go, new life produces itself. This one is going to be a blessing. What's up, Jess Montina? This one is going to be a blessing.
Now faces several charges of first-degree robbery. All of it as Seattle's former interim police chief insisted more needed to be done to hold violent juveniles accountable.
We still have to deal with the fallout when kids with poor decision-making skills are highly armed and they're literally out of control.
In one case,
look at that gun. Look at the gun that he got. Look at the gun that he got. There needs to be some different types of punishments. We got to put these people on a gun line, boss, or we need to send them to war. Something. They more highly trained and skilled than the people that we got in the military today. They know how to use the guns. They execute the guns. They rob the people. And send these people over into some of the most depressed environments and have them deal with the stuff that we got to deal with. Honest to God, this is bad. This is bad. This is bad. Look at Mika. Look at my girl Mika. YN Shook in DC. I'll show you a video. It's quiet. Mika, listen, if y'all want to come and see Mika, she was glowing last night. All of that stuff. I don't know if I had liked that shit though, as much as, or whatever. Let me tell you why, because she was glowing. And I said, well, wait a minute. Tell me that you glowing because you just like going some self-help. I don't want you glowing without me having something to do with the glow. I started to text her behind the scenes like, wait a minute, calm down with the glow. What we doing? You smiling and all of that shit. I don't like that. I ain't even talked to you in like a week. What you doing all of this extra smiling for? You supposed to be depressed. Doing all of that smiling and skin popping shit. What you doing? When you not around me, or if I haven't talked to you for a while, I want my girls depressed. I want them in shambles. I want my girl depressed and in shambles when she has not talked to me in at least a week. What the fuck is going on here? Smiling? I mean, I'm that type. Let me see your phone. Give me your motherfucking phone. Give me your phone. Give me your phone. I want to see what's going on. Give me your phone. All of that extra giggling, perking up and shit. Give me your goddamn phone. Let me see what's going on. I don't like that shit. I don't like that shit. Ain't no smiling, nigga. You ain't seen me and you ain't talked to me in a week. You supposed to be broken. I want you hurt when you ain't talked to me in a week. Depressed. I want you crying. I want you checking your phone every other day to find out when I'm texting. I don't like that. Give them a week off. That way you text them. As soon as you text them, they're going to text you right back. What's going on? What the fuck is you doing? Give me your phone. Let me see what you got going on over there. All that life in your body will know. Look. Oh, I want to ruin you for everything and everybody. What's she doing? She over there talking to people, being nice. She want to go out the house today? What the fuck is going on? Give me a phone. Let me talk to you for a minute. I'm not toxic. I'm not toxic. I'm just I wouldn't say possessive. I wouldn't say possessive. I don't like that shit. I'm gonna call her after this live stream. I need to know what's going on before we get on this live stream today. I need to know what's going on before we get on the live stream today. Coming up smiling and shit. What the fuck is going on with Mika? Why's she doing all of that? Just Montina says, I qualified this week and it's official. I'm running for city council at large in GA. Martina for Medano. Shout out to Just Montina. I'm about to pull up. I'm coming down there. Yo, what's going on down here? City council. Y'all ain't showing up for my girl Just Montina yet? I'm coming through. Shout out to Just Montina. GI Mode says, did you hear about the 35 pounds of monkey meat smuggled into Detroit? I don't know nothing about that. I don't like that. James Watt says, I'm the type of guy that if you get a new guy and you start liking him a lot, I want him to break your heart a lot because, see, I told your ass. I told you there wasn't no good without me. You know what? Talk to me afterwards. So we'll see. We'll see. Oh my God, I thought he was the one. He's such a bad person. I know. Had to let you get out there and experience it for yourself. I told your ass. I told you. See, no. This is what you wanted, right? You want that? Come here. Let me talk to you for a minute. Now you got to work your way back up into the lineup. You know what I'm saying? You went down a couple notches. You can get there, though. You can get there. We can work it out. We can figure it out. He broke your heart, didn't he? I told you, didn't I? Yeah, okay. We'll talk about it later. Rizla, listen, we're not talking about nothing. I'm just reading the super chats. James Watt says, I do security for Aloe, Chicago. We have 24/7 surveillance. We also had to source security for the other two locations. We need Trump up here. Facts. Let's get to it, y'all. We need to fix that. Wyatt B says, when you made your first million, did you have it in assets or cash? And what was your feeling at the time? Listen, bro. Every asset, because nobody actually counts their asset. Like everything that you have, even if it's depreciating, is an asset. A car. The cars that y'all have can be an asset if you owe less on it than you owe over to the finance company, or if you got it paid off completely, right? So everything converts over to assets. It doesn't matter if it's cash or anything like that. That's why even now I spend every dime that I got and I just buy more assets. You said, what was your feeling at the time? I'll tell you how I feel right now. I feel broke. Just the honest to God truth. I feel broke. I don't feel like I have anything. A lot of times people will say, oh man, I feel blessed and broke. I feel blessed and broke. I feel blessed and broke, honestly. I think when you first start getting money, that you do things and you buy all of the toys that you want in order to like, and you know, that's the happiness that you kind of feel. When you have money, when you get a lot of money and you've had money for a long time, you move a little differently, right? So the things that I spend, the majority of the things that I spend my money on is other things that I got to spend more money on. You know what I'm saying? So like you start buying up more properties and houses or whatever, and you raise your bills because, all right, so let me give y'all the game. You raise your bills to whatever it is that your lifestyle is at the time. It doesn't matter if you make 50,000, 100,000, 200,000, $1 million, $5 million a year. You're going to raise your spending to meet your lifestyle, right? But here's the key. The key is, what lifestyle do you live? You're gonna spend money. You're gonna spend every dime that you have, no matter what. The question that you have in yourself is, what do you spend your money on? Now, some people spend their money on stuff. 90% of whatever it is that they make, and that's why most people that make $100,000 a year, they still live paycheck to paycheck. The majority of people that live, and Gur said you shouldn't, but it happens. No, you should. No, you should. You should spend every dime that you have. The question that y'all got to ask yourself is, what are you spending your money on? So some of us buy stock. I spend 90% of everything I make on stock and real estate and crypto. Smaller percentage, but I'm raising it up on crypto. And we're going to talk about that in the Patreon. Much larger percentage on real estate and stocks, right? So my lifestyle, I'm going to spend the money. Now, I'm going to either go and spend it on, y'all can choose to spend it on, you know, hoes and cars and clothes and all of this stuff and spending all of y'all money on that. But the smart ones decide that they want to spend their money on things that's going to bring them more money and also reduce their tax burden. You understand what I'm saying now? So what I'm saying is, I don't feel any differently than when I was making $100,000 a year, because my lifestyle hasn't dramatically changed. But I get excited when I can go and visit a property and I say, oh man, they laid the concrete, or oh man, they did this, or oh man, they did that. You're going to spend the money. Now you can spend it on diamond chains and you can spend it on bust down watches, or you can go and spend it on real estate. We both spending money. You're spending your stuff on chains. I spend my stuff on buying properties. You see what I'm saying now? So you pretty much feel the same. Like, I don't look at my assets and say, oh man, I'm this type of millionaire. I look at my stuff and I say, I'm very, very blessed to be in a position to be able to do this deal or to do these properties or whatever. But your lifestyle really doesn't change dramatically. It's just the way that you spend your money or what you spend your money on, you know? I don't feel any different. Like, we both wearing the same t-shirts. I wear the t-shirts every day. I got on my pajama pants right now, but my pants is Levi's, bro. That's it. I got Levi jeans on, and I wear a black t-shirt, and I wear my Balmain shoes. Like that's like my life is not dramatically different. Now, when I get home, I can open up the garage and say, okay, well, you got matching Porsches, and if you lift it up or whatever, so on and so forth. So that's nice. But the 98% of my day is spent working. I work, I grind, I hustle, I go see properties, I make sure certain deals is done, I send out checks and all of that stuff. So all of the stuff that I buy is the same. My lifestyle is pretty much the same. My deck is sweet as hell. You know what I'm saying? So it just depends on what you spend your money on, you know? So I don't feel any different. I think when you first start getting money, you feel different because you get to buy all of the things that you never thought that you could afford. But once you get used to it and you got all of the stuff that you realize that you need, you don't really focus on that no more. The thing that excites you is the stuff that you're able to build and add value into, and the people that you can help, and how you can impact people, and how you tap to the streets, and how you can give somebody a raise and all of that stuff. So it's just different, bro. Just different. So yeah, I get my t-shirts in a pack. They come in a pack of like 3 or 4. They come in a plastic bag. I order them. I get like, 10 new t-shirts every single month, and I switch out the stuff that's old. And they come in a pack of 4, and they come in the mail. And then I get some new Levi's that look the fucking same as the old Levi's. And I wear the same watch every day, even though I got like 20 Rolexes. I wear the same ones every day, same one every day, because this one just so happened to be my favorite. And I think I got like $20 in my pocket or something like that. That's it. That's it. So, yeah, man, that's pretty much what my life is like. Let me read a few more super chats and we can go over to another story. You ever think these motherless YNs are just successful test tube babies dropped off to wreak havoc? Food for soul? Maybe, Miss Freckles. Maybe. Narrow man says Dennis Rodman. LOL. Stop now. Lyric the Gamer says, AD, I just want to say thank you for your advice to go door to door. I've started my Who Dat Washington channel and looking to get a coaching call on more improvements to help my channel making Washington State great again. Shout out to Lyric the Gamer. Let's talk game in the building. I appreciate you, bro. J Ben says you got to quit leaking the playbook, AD. We're going to talk about it some more. Mr. 15150 in the building. Shout out to you. Sarge says money on home, motorcycle, and cars clothes on Amazon. Yeah, I like my toys. That's my vice. My vice. Cars and beautiful smelling women. Beautiful smelling women is the play. Yep. I mean, I do. I like cars. I got a bunch of cars here. I got a bunch of cars everywhere. So everybody know that cars is my bias. Everybody know. I got a bunch of cars in there. Let me see. See what we got out here real quick. Got the 911 right there. And then I got a Cayenne right here. And got the Cybertruck right there. And I got the Nav right. Got the Nav right there. Got the Mercedes up there. Got a motorcycle right there. So cars is my vice. That's my vice is cars. Cars is my vice. That is my vice. It said, AD, do you get to drive those often? Not really. My daughter drives them. My daughter be getting gone. My daughter be getting gone. She drive them most of the time. I was looking at her drive the 911 yesterday. She was getting gone. Where's the 96? It's put up with the rest of the cars because I don't have enough room in that driveway. So it's put up with the rest of the cars. That is my life. And then I got the deck over there. I should show y'all the deck. I got the deck over there. My deck is sweet. My deck is sweet as hell. Yeah, Leslie be driving the 911. Yeah, with the red interior. I'm more proud of my deck than anything, to be honest with you. It's the deck that I'm proud of. My house is not real big. This house in particular, it's not really that big. It's dope. I mean, they got a really nice stove, nice materials, and all of that stuff. It's just a regular house. Y'all want me to give y'all the house tour? All right, I'll show you the deck. It's Friday. I'll show you the deck. Got to take the computer with me. All right, so I'll show y'all a little bit of stuff. So it's pretty much a regular house. It's the kitchen, right? Stove, stainless steel sink, all of that stuff. All right. And then got my sweet ass deck. You know what I'm saying? And I got a deck right here. So this is my deck. Let's do it like this. So this is my deck over here. That's what it looked like. So just a long ass deck. That's it. And then I can walk down the deck and come over here. And I got my deck over there. So that's what my deck looks like. And it's like that. I can go up that stairway right here. Or I can go over on this stairway over here. That's the deck. That's me going in the inside. So it's small. It's chill. It's kind of big, but it's chill. And that is the deck. Pretty much. So it's just a regular crib. You know what I'm saying? And then you can see the island over there. That's where I'll be live streaming, chilling. It's messy. That's where I'll be on the couch. Over there, that's a 85-inch TV on that wall. It's the office over there. These is flowers for Rita right here. And that's where we chilling. And I be slow motion. And that's what my life is like. I don't live a crazy lifestyle. I don't do any of that. Just be slow motion, man. Then I got a penthouse downtown. Everything is brand new. Blackout shades. Regular life. Regular. And I got the pantry in there. The coffee maker and a Dyson. I live a regular life like everybody else. That's it. But I do like if you look at the ceiling and stuff like that, I like the trim. I like crown molding across the whole thing. So it's got crown molding everywhere. So I like the crown molding and the trim and stuff like that. But other than that, I just live a regular life. So that's what my life is like. All right, y'all ready to continue on with the show? Neighbors is good. The thing about the neighbors is that I got regular everyday neighbors. I got regular cool neighbors. This guy over here, he runs a concrete business, and that guy over here, he just got a regular job. But I will tell you this. This is the key, y'all. This is the key. Is my basement. Y'all want to see the basement? Y'all want to do the whole tour? I'll show y'all the basement. All right, come on. Let's go ahead and go. Let's go on a little mini tour. Why not? It's Friday. Let's go on a little mini tour. My whole life is an open book. All right. So, yes, my basement is finished. I got the black ceilings. It's painted. This is Leslie's little hyperbaric chamber right here. So this is like her little sauna. We kind of use it as like a little storage area right now. But I do have, so I got wood floors in the basement. Same wood floors as upstairs. But I do have a finished bathroom down here. So that's my finished bathroom. And, it's cool. And then I got a little space over here, like spillover area for like shoes. So these are shoes that I've never worn before. All of these are kind of like shoes I ain't never wore before. Like these. Some Yeezys that I ain't never wore before. A lot of this stuff is just spillover stuff that I probably ain't never touched, but I never get a chance to really see and mess around with. J's I ain't never wore before. Stuff like that. A lot of this stuff is really dope. I just ain't never wore it. What else is in here that's dope? Got a lot of spillover Rolexes in here. So, Rolexes. More J's. Like these right here. I've never worn these before. Literally never worn these before. But I don't really wear Jordans like that. I got some of my favorite. Every guy should have a pair of these. Every guy should have a nice pair of Air Force Ones. Got the Bronx at the bottom. They're pretty dope. So I'm a big shoe collector. More clothes back there, stuff like that. I got some more shoes over here on this side. So bunch of Gucci bags that I haven't opened up yet. I need to find out what's inside of here. So sometimes you just shop it. Got some more Rolexes inside of this bag that I haven't unpacked yet. So you literally could just see them right there. So these is Rolexes inside of here. I haven't unpacked some of those. What else is unique in here? Trying to find something else. These are some of my favorites right here. My favorites, the Kobe's, the Mambas. So these are some of my favorites. I haven't wore these yet. So I'll get to them. But yeah, that's simple basement, and then you got the room where you could, hot water heater, all of that type of stuff. So. It's cool. Rooms I ain't even did nothing with yet. This is an office with an 85 in it. Y'all remember that right there? That painting that I used to have on my old live streams. It's another bathroom in there. So I live a regular person's life. Nothing crazy. Obviously, you got the upstairs and stuff like that. So, and the upstairs, Rita and Leslie is up there. So, and that's that. So, give y'all a little mini tour of what was going on. And now you know some of where I'm at. Alrighty. The Rolex thing doesn't make sense. Why doesn't the Rolex thing make sense? I can show y'all another house build. I got 3 in flight right now. But I will have to do like an IRL stream, like get the bag, take it with me and all of that stuff. I would have to do that. I just like my thing is whatever it is that I'm going to do it really nice. I don't necessarily need huge. You know what I'm saying? I don't need to do a really big place. I just want to make sure that it's comfortable for me and my family. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I do. But see, that's what I be trying to tell people. Like, it's people that will sit there and they'll have all of this huge, massive house and stuff. And that's cool. I don't have no problem with that. Like, do whatever it is that you want to do. But see, the problem with that a lot of times is they'll be house poor. My house is paid off. Like, I don't have no mortgage. Only thing I pay on this house is the utilities, the insurance, and the property taxes. That's it. I don't pay nothing outside of, Like I just get whatever it is that we want. You know what I'm saying? So I don't understand why people will, if you got money, right? If you get money, why would you go and get a house and mortgage it instead of just buying your house outright? That don't make sense to me. And see, that's what I'm saying. Like I show people everything about my life. Y'all see what my house is like. Y'all see what the penthouse is like downtown. You see what my bank accounts is like and stuff like that. And I'll be trying to understand, like, bro, why do you have a $2 million house that you paying a mortgage on? That don't make sense to me. And that's what I'll be telling people, like, no. Show me you paid off your house. Show me that you don't have a mortgage. Then we can start talking turkey. All of that other stuff, that's just a waste of money. What up? How you feel? You feel good? What you got going on tonight?
We'll talk about that now or later.
What do you mean am I going to talk about that now or later?
So, going to game night.
Okay.
But I also got invited to a couple more events tomorrow. So, I'm going to stay the night downtown.
Have fun.
Yeah.
You weren't going to tell me?
I was going to tell you after the show.
We'll talk about it later. We'll talk about it later. We'll talk about it later. Talk about it later. So is it better to pay for your house or to rent? It depends on what your life circumstance, because everybody's circumstance is different, bro. Everybody's circumstance is different. I say I don't like mortgages because most of the time people get all the way up to what they think they can afford. I think that you should if you're going to buy a house, then buy a house that you can pay off as fast as possible. You see what I'm saying? Get a place that you can. You don't want to be under. My point is, you don't want to be under the thumb of the bank for the rest of your life, bro. You don't want to be under the thumb for the rest of your. People buy more house because they think that they can afford it. Get rid of the mortgage. That way, because see, listen, no matter what happens in my life, I own everything. I own everything. I own my cribs. I own my rental properties. I own my cars. I own my watches. Nobody can take my stuff from me because it's mine. You know what I'm saying? And so it's different for me. That way, I'm leveraging. I can use my money for what I want to. That means now I can spend as much money as I want on rental properties. I can spend as much money as I want on stocks. If I want to take a vacation and I want to go and spend a ton of money on doing whatever it is that I want to do, I don't have to come and try to figure out, okay, well, I got to pay the mortgage and I got to pay this and I got to pay that. No, I just go and do what I want to do because I have the freedom to do what I want to do because I spend the majority of my money and I make sure I invest every single month. I make sure I invest. I make sure that I pay my people and then I do what I want to do. Listen, this is the real life. We're going to live stream tomorrow anyway, so we're going to cover all of the topics that we would have covered today. This is the thing about real life is that I do you need to have true freedom because really most people are they slaves. Most people are slaves. You're slaves to the bank. You're slaves to your job and you're slaves to your relationships. All right. And this is the reason why I say this. You a slave to the bank because you can pay for your mortgage for 25 years straight. And then if you start to miss it in the 26th year, they can come and take your shit and foreclose on it. Now, that don't mean that we don't have problems with property tax laws and property taxes. That's its own entity. But just on a basic level, people are slaves because they have to kill themselves to pay a mortgage for a house that they don't even utilize the full capacity of. And so what happens is they trick y'all into overbuying and paying a 30-year mortgage instead of just buying the house that fits your lifestyle until you move up into a different space. Until you move up into a different space. So now, okay, you know what? We want to move to a different area, a different location. We want to do a bigger house or whatever. Then I own 100% of this. Cool. I'm probably just going to turn this into a rental property. I'll never sell this place. I have it hand built myself. So now what I'll do is I'll just stack enough money that I was going to pay for, that I would have been paying in mortgages or whatever, and I'll just build a new place. Or I can get rid of this place and put some money with it and get a bigger place. But either way, I have to own 100% of it. I'm not going to go and finance to a bank. I'm not about to go and sell myself short. I'm not about to be paying a bunch of interest just for the opportunity to say that I own my. No, you don't. The bank own your home. You paying the bank for the next 30 years until they can give you the paid off paper that basically said, "Oh man, you owe zero on your mortgage." No, man, skip that. I want my stuff. I want my stuff. I'd rather go lower and pay it off than go higher and mortgage it. Go lower and just own it. And I don't look at a house for what it's worth. I look at a house as a shelter, as a place that you can lay your head. I don't look at it the same way as everybody else. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want nobody to control me. I don't want no lender to be coming after me. I don't want them tapping on my door. Hey man, you ain't paid your stuff. Forget all of that, bro. That's how I see it. So I think that people are overpaying for their stuff. They overpaying for their properties. They tricked y'all into saying that you need, this is what you can afford. Pay this amount of money of your take home pay. It should be at least 25%, 20%, all of this other shit. That's a finesse, bro. That is a finesse if I have ever seen it before in my life. Any car key that I want to go get, I could just go get it. I got a ton of car keys in there. Let me show you something. It's real talk, bro. Any car I want to drive, I could just go drive it. Any car I want to drive, I'll go drive it. Any one of them. I just pick one and I'm just going to go drive it. Okay, so I feel like driving a Hellcat today. Okay, I'll go drive the Challenger Hellcat. Or I'll go drive the TRX. Right? Any car I want to drive. Maybe I want to go get old school, 96 Impala. Cool. Or maybe I want to go S-Class on them. But all of it is mine. It's all mine at the end of the day. People may have better cars than me. People may have better cars than me. But they don't own them outright. They don't own them outright. They may have better cars than me, but they don't own them outright. You know what I'm saying? Like, they might be able to stunt on me, but you making your payment to the bank. I own my shit outright, flat out. And that's the real stunt. That's the real stunt. Is that even if you only got one set of keys, it's yours. It's yours. Remember that. It's yours. All right? I don't owe nobody nothing. So for me, I'd rather just stack, just pay it outright. And I don't want to owe nobody nothing at all. You know what I'm saying? So don't let nobody. That's the moral of what I'm telling y'all right now. And we are going to be live streaming tomorrow too. All right, y'all. The moral of what I'm saying right now is don't let nobody shame you into thinking that you got to live a different life to meet their expectations. You running your own race, and whatever race you run, make sure that you can afford it. And affordability is not financing. And I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with financing. I'm saying pay that shit off. Pay that stuff off. How did I know when it was time for me to retire? I knew that I had enough in assets to generate a certain amount of revenue to carry me for the rest of my life, and I had no payments. That's how I knew when it was okay for me to. But when I retired in 2019, I owned all of my stuff. All of my property was paid off. I had no mortgages, and all of my cars were straight. And I knew I had enough assets to be able to carry me and my family for the rest of my life. That's how I knew that I didn't need. Now think about it. So then it goes over into the other things, because I say people are a slave to corporate. Most people going into work because they don't have no choice. Most people are going into work because they don't have a choice. You become a slave not because you have a job. You become a slave because you can't quit. That's what makes you a slave. You become a slave not because you got a job. It's cool to work. I'm going to work for the rest of my life, because you have to be controlled by somebody to tell you what the fuck to do, and you got to take that shit, and you can't walk away if you wanted to. That's what make you a slave, because we've made our lifestyle so extravagant to where we can't have no freedom if we wanted to. You can't take a week. Can you take a year off and be straight? That's what I'm asking you. Can you take a year and say, you know what? I just want to chill for a second and see what's happening. That's the real slavery. That's the real slave. Stop trying to keep up with everybody. Stop trying to live everybody else's life. Man, listen, if I'm in a $500,000, $600,000, $700,000 house, but my shit is paid for, man, I won. I won in life. I won. My daughter don't never have. I got money to make sure that my daughter go through school without ever having student loan debt. I'll be able to pass something off. If anything was to happen to me today, my family is straight. I won. That's what being a bag chaser is. It's not necessarily about getting rich. Yeah, we can get richer. It's not about getting rich. It's about winning in life. What is life? What does freedom look like? Do you have the capacity to be able to make a play when it's a play to be made, as far as investing or dollar cost averaging? Are you putting up as much as you want to, as much as you want to, not what they're telling you to? Are you putting up as much as you want to in your retirement account or in your stocks? That's winning, bro. We can't take this shit with us. Yeah, I got a 911. I don't care nothing about that car like that, bro. My daughter drive that car. I got the toy so that my daughter can enjoy life, and then I drive it sometimes too. I can't drive this. You can't take this shit with you, bro. Enjoy your life. But in order for you to enjoy your life, you can't stretch yourself to the point to where you're trying to meet the expectations of everybody else, because that's what society told you to do. You got to enjoy yourself. I ain't trying to keep up with nobody else. I'm living my own life and I'm running my own race, but my stuff is paid for. That's free. That's life. I don't want to be a slave no more. I ain't trying to be worried about whether or not I'm going to get laid off. Fuck that job. I'm here because I love what I do and because I want to make some extra money, not because I need you. It's the same thing in relationships. When I tell people a lot of times, listen, you in a position and you need that person. It's a difference. When a man needs a woman, when I need your income in order for us to survive, I don't have no control over what happens inside of this household. And I'm not saying that it's not good for you to have two people working. What I'm saying is you want to work to the point to where you don't need her and it's just a nice to have. You a slave to your relationship because you become interdependent on that person for your survival as a man. I can't do that shit. I can't do that shit. I then become a slave. I can't even break out the way that I need to break out. I can't even talk to you the way that I want to talk to you because shit, I need your money in order for me to be able to survive. I don't need you. I like you. It's a difference. I don't need you. I like you. So I want you here. So I'm going to treat you differently. I don't tiptoe around you. I'm going to say what it really is. And then I'm going to make sure that I treat you great because I want you here, because I want you next to me. I don't need you. I want you. It's a difference. Listen to what I'm saying. I don't need you. I'm not here because we stuck having a co-parent together. I'm with you because I want you. Come here. I want you. I want you right now. This ain't struggle love. This is living in abundance. This is being successfully in a relationship and marriage. There is no struggle over here. Ain't no struggle over here. Did you just hear what she said? She said, listen, I was going to tell you later. I said, tell me what? She said, so I've got to do this, but I got to get invited to a couple other events. So I want to go stay at the penthouse tonight. I said, oh, you wasn't going to tell me? That's a choice. We got choices. I want the option to be able to drive what I want to drive. That's the difference. That's freedom. And it don't matter if I got 3 old schools and they all cost $5,000 a piece. They mine and I own them and can't nobody take them away from me. That's freedom. That is freedom. And that's what y'all got to strive towards. It's not a number. It's not a number. It's a mindset. It's a lifestyle. That is the freedom that you want to work towards. It's a lifestyle. It's a mindset. All right. When you set your goals, when you set what you want to accomplish for the year and for next year, set your goals based off of what you want your lifestyle to be like, as far as the stress that you want to remove from your life. Y'all should be chasing the ability to be able to have control over your own life. That's being rich. Being rich isn't a number. It's not millionaire, billionaire, all of this other nonsense. It's none of that. Being rich is a mindset that then yields abundance because you're not making a decision under duress. I don't take high interest loans. I don't have to worry about whether I sell this house. You know, when I go on and I'm gonna keep it right here, and then we can go ahead and end the show. When I go, I had, y'all know that I had some tenants move out, right? And so I said, well, let's not try to hurry up and get it back on the market. Let's take a few months and let's redo everything. Let's do the new roof. We're going to do new siding. We're going to do new windows. We're going to redo all of the bathrooms. We're going to do new floors. We're going to do new paint. We're going to do new lights, everything like that, right? And you know why I'm able to do that is because I don't owe anything on the house, which means that I'm not desperate to get anybody in there in order to be able to cover the mortgage. I don't need the money. I don't need anything. I don't have to make a payment for the mortgage. So what that does is it allows for me to chill and make better decisions. When everybody else is running out trying to refinance and do all of this, and they worried about interest rates, I don't give a fuck about what the interest. The only reason I care about the interest rates is so I can have a conversation with y'all on the Millionaire Morning Show. I don't give a fuck about the interest rates because I'm not taking no loans from the bank. I don't have to sacrifice my soul. I don't have to make bad decisions. I don't have pressure. I'm not under the contractors. Rita said the other day, yesterday, she said, the carpenter guy and the floor people can't get in because they just laid the driveway and it's still wet. So I went by and I looked at the driveway. She said they can't get in the house. This is what the driveway looked like at a place. That's the current. They just laid the driveway, right? So I took a picture. She said the driveway. So I said, okay, cool. She said, so it's going to push the timeline back like a week. Okay. Cool. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't care because I don't have a deadline. I don't owe nobody no hard money loan like they was trying to teach all at them dumbass seminars. All of that. I don't care. I genuinely don't care. I don't care. If I want to put off something for a month in order to go do something else, I will do that because I don't have nobody controlling me. So that's what I'm saying, bro. All I'm saying is be in a position of power, and that's what true freedom is. And it doesn't mean that you shouldn't work. It doesn't mean that you shouldn't go and make extra money. It doesn't mean that you shouldn't have a job. It doesn't mean any of that. What I'm saying is freedom allows for you to pursue your dreams. not have to make sure that you take care of your wants. Freedom is eliminating, the needs that other people normally would normalize, all of that other dumb stuff. Freedom is being able to make a decision to do what you want and choosing to work because I want to work, or I want extra money, or I want to go and do this, or I love what this is. I don't really even care what my daughter go to college for, honestly, at this point. Now, I'm going to point her in a certain direction because I think that she should go in a STEM field or whatever, just to make sure that she's doing it. So she's probably going to some form of an engineer, but subconsciously, I really don't, it don't even matter because I'm more focused on her being a good human being, being a great wife, being a great mother, being all of this, than I care about a goddamn college, And so now what I did is I put things in place to where no matter what it is that she does, she's probably going to come and work for the family business and be involved in what we got going on here. That's freedom, because she don't have to go out there and work like the rest of these little kids in order to try to buy a car. That's what little boys are supposed to be. Boys are supposed to be out there buying their first car. That's not what little girls are supposed to do. Little girls are supposed to be learning how to cook. They should be enjoying life. They should be safe. They should be making sure that they, are in a good position. They should be traveling with their parents. They should be, doing things that little girls do. I ain't about to be putting my daughter in no goddamn stove in the goddamn fast food restaurant so she can get some work experience and she can have this little liberal view and mindset so that she can be looking at little boys that she talked to and saying, you don't earn enough money for me. I don't want that for my daughter. I don't want that for her. I want her to know what money looks like and feel like. So when she rock out and we vet for whoever her husband is going to be, that she choose him based off of him being a good person and having good character, not because he got this much money. Want them to be in the position of where I pay for the wedding and then I get them they first home so that they ain't got to struggle and figure it out. That she's focused more on the character of a person and focused on whether or not he got some money to take care of her. Give a fuck about that. That's what I work for. I work so that I can create the freedom for other people around me to make better decisions, not making decisions based off of what they think a man can give them. I don't want my daughter starting to she don't need no money, so she's not desperate for no fucking OnlyFans. You see what I'm saying? That's freedom. Get you a job. You got to pay some rent. Pay some rent. You got to pay half the rent. No, stay home as long as you want. You want to stay home till you 30? Cool. Stay home. Hey, you can pick any car you want to drive. Here's a card. Make sure that you be mindful. Make sure that anything that you make, you still saving 25%. Have these good habits and treat people good. You treat people better than you treat yourself. That's what life is about. And make sure you love God. Love God. Give God the credit for everything that you accomplish in your life, because if it wasn't for God, if it wasn't for Jesus dying on the cross in order for us to be able to have the comforter, then what does this mean? And we're not going to put too much stock in stuff. We're going to enjoy life on this earth, but we more focus on what our legacy is going to be and how it is that we can stock up our treasures in heaven. That's what we focused on. So y'all got to change our mindset. Y'all got to change the people that y'all follow. Y'all got to change the people that's inspiring y'all. I'm a regular person just like you. I got an abundance mindset. My riches is in here. Sometimes it reflects my pocketbook because, seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and everything else will be added unto you. God got me. And he give me the direction to make smart decisions. And when I have the opportunity, I'm going to make those smart decisions. But my riches come from here. My riches is in here. It's in here. That's why I treat people so well. Do I always make the smart decision? Sometimes I fuck up just like everybody else. But boy, when I make the right decision, it's right. And it's right for everybody. And everybody going to win. It's right. And everybody is going to win. Everybody gonna benefit. Everybody gonna be blessed as a result of it. People gonna be able to take care of their families. Like even when it comes to this content creation shit, I know everything that's gonna happen. right? But honestly, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I'm so focused on the next deal that I'm gonna do so that the people over there on after hours is gonna be booming. I'm honestly, my goal over the next 3-4 years is to retire my after hours friends. From a content creation perspective, I'm good. Anton is gonna do what Anton gonna do. My goal is to retire my content creation friends. Everybody that's on after hours, I'm like, yo, I gotta. The reason that I'm trying to get to this 1 million subscribers is because I'm able to market myself more effectively so that they'll have to give us these brand deals and these sponsorship deals so that my after hours friends can really get to the bag. Give a fuck about none of this other stuff, bro. That's my goal. That's my goal, bro. I gotta win so that they can win. It ain't even always about you. It's about what everybody else is doing. But you know that it's gonna take you to get it in order for them to win in it. That's life. I love them. I love them like everything. I love them. I love Mika and Carrie and Molly and Slimmy. I love 2K. I love Q Diddy. I don't think that they just came happenstance and we just so happen. I didn't look for them. We all just came together organically. They gotta win. They gotta win. And that don't mean that they not already winning in their life, but I want them to win bigger. They good people. They genuinely good people, man. They are good people in real life. Outside all of this content shit, and we argue online or whatever, but in real life, those are good. Kim too, good people. Get y'all some friends that want to see y'all win. Get you some people in your life that you can surround yourself with that'll actually believe in you and want to see you win in your dreams. Get you some people in life that's realistic and actually think differently about what an abundant mindset is. Telling you, man, it's different over here. We chasers for a reason. We Patreon members, we bag chasers for a reason. We different. We're different than any other group out there. I don't want to be like nobody else. I just want to be with my friends. That's all I care about is y'all. Honest to God. And you can feel it when we all in a meetup and when we kicking it with each other in real life. We love each other in real life. All right. All right, we're gonna live stream tonight. So we got after hours tonight. And then we got the Millionaire Morning Show in the morning. We're gonna have to make up for all of the shit, all of the stuff we messed up with this week. All right, y'all. So we got work to do in the morning. Hopefully y'all got some inspiration. I know we went off the cliff. I know I showed y'all a lot of different stuff. But I just go with my leading. I don't always go with what it is that I have planned. I plan stuff so I'm always prepared, but that's not always what happens. And I actually got that from my pastor that I grew up watching, very close. And what he would always do, I would come over his house on Saturday sometimes, and he would be studying and he would be preparing himself. He would be reading his word. He will be preparing for the sermon that he got to make on Sunday. But then when Sunday comes, most of the time he never talked about the thing, or he never executed on the exact plan that he prepared on Saturday. And so I was asking him one time, and I said, listen, I said, what are you doing all of this preparing for if you're just going to go off the script and you're going to say whatever it is that you're going to say anyway? He said, Anton, listen, he said, what I do is I make sure that I prepare myself. I'm always going to prepare. I'm always going to read my word. I'm always going to have a lesson plan put together. I'm always going to do this. He said, but then when I get on stage, before I go up there, I'll always pray and I ask God to word my mouth and guide my footsteps. He said, and sometimes the things that you prepare for, it comes out differently when you start to let God use you. And so I started taking on that myself. And so sometimes y'all might see me go off script, or I don't mind being derailed, or I'll start laughing. I'll start going into different things. And it's because I have different things prepared, but ultimately that may change and it may be different. And you just going to get the organic, whatever it is that I'm talking about. So that's kind of how I move. And I hope y'all enjoy what we're doing over here. All right. I love y'all. I truly do appreciate y'all. Y'all are the greatest audience on earth. Let me go ahead and read some of these super chats, and then we're going to continue on with I'm going to let y'all go. Donnie Bree says, new Patreon member here. So far, content is giving crazy top shelf value. Shout out to Johnny. Make sure y'all tap into the Patreon if y'all looking to go in a group, go in a direction with a group of people that's going in the direction that you're going in. Brandon Nicholson says, why you never got you a G-Wagon? When I went and looked at the G-Wagon a couple years ago or a year ago, they was trying to tax me for it. And I didn't like that. And so they was trying to overcharge me for it. Now the G-Wagons are normal price and the dealerships is not taxing you for it because there's more to be bought and people can't afford them as much anymore. So next year I might get one, but we'll see what happens. But I like it. I like the G63. I'm just not willing to overpay for it. Blueprint Tony says, did you have to cut back spending major while coming up? And how long did it take to build your empire? Yeah, I still cut back spending. I still cut back spending now. I always say stay down 10 years. I live for free. Bro, my earlier videos, I was living for free. And so it's not that I had to cut back, is that I just wanted to live an exceptional life 10 years down the line. I just had the foresight to be willing to follow what I thought would make the most sense. So I was willing to just stay down and spend the majority of I got excited off of the amount of money that I can put into my brokerage account and my portfolio and in the real estate. I never cared about the stuff as much. The stuff came later. Rags from Texas says, please don't show too much. Man, please. Did you see what happened to CJ on 32s in Chicago? Yeah, I heard about it. 392Q says, is your basement finished? Yes, my basement is finished. A lot of people I realize don't even have basements based off of where they are. Want to rob me? But I got too much looking at. Is that a manufactured home? No, this is custom. Digging up the dirts. I got an architect. We designed it ourselves, handpicked everything. This is not a manufactured home at all. No, it's not. Mr. Hunter says, can you do a Music Friday on after hours? We might have to do that on like a Saturday. Wyatt says, is that Grammy award-winning black couch in the house? No, it's still at the studio. J Ben says, can't be flashing deck in public. That's for Patreon. Rage King Leo says, ATM need to find a way to make more money. Totally about none says, my mom talking about getting a 30-year mortgage, and she said, that's crazy. Also says, I will have money to pay the rest off when she's 75. I told her, you crit, don't let her do a 30-year mortgage. Raider says, Anton, I rock with you. Please reach out to Black Conservative Perspective. You and Greg would absolutely have an epic conversation. They got to reach out to me. Hit me up. Y'all know what my email is. Quarterboy says, I'm on the verge of buying my first investment property. Hearing your story of being up, then going down, and then going back up again is a true testimony and inspiration to others. Thank you. So the goal is to be debt-free. Facts. Mr. Joe says, for the collection plate, God bless you. PJ says, for the daily motivation to get to the bag, much love, AD and the Bag Chasers. Link to the Patreon is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat. Listen, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Y'all are the greatest audience on earth. And all I can do is be authentic. I've been showing my authentic life and being transparent for my whole life. And so I'm not going to stop now. That is what it is. So anyways, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. I'm going to see y'all tonight on After Hours and in the morning for the Millionaire Morning Show. And then I'm going to let y'all know what we're doing on the Patreon live stream for the second version of Stock Club. All right. And remember this. It's not about how big your house is, or it's not about how much you can stunt, even though I like to show all of the different things that I buy in my lifestyle. It's about being real and authentic, and it's about being debt-free. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. I'm going to holler at y'all later. Peace.